And we are live. Welcome, everybody.
Happy New
What
Year.
is going on?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yo, 2023. Let's go, guys.
Wild.
This is wild right now. Yeah. Welcome, everybody, hanging out over in chat. Hope you guys had a great holiday. Shout out for everybody hanging out and tuning in. This is our first live stream, F35 Live of 2023. And what way to go ahead and kick it off with one of the hottest projects and biggest alpha groups and a great friend over on the channel. Shout out to Jason and Block is Hot, who is backstage here, who we're going to get a chance to talk about Jellycubes and a little bit about their alpha group that they have going on. And also stay tuned tonight, because we do have some ways to go ahead and get in if you guys cannot afford that floor price right now, because it's getting up there. Just saying. But no, shout out to everybody over in chat. This is F35 Live, our weekly live stream. We're here every Monday night from 9 p.m. Eastern to at least 11 p.m. Eastern. We're here to talk CNFTs, the biggest projects, and bring you the best founders in Cardano. But is that pretty good? For good plug for 2023?
Solid. Did you have that script? Did you write that down? That was pretty good for 2023.
It's off the top dome. We've been doing this a year and a few months, dude. You know how this goes.
I don't know. That was pretty good.
All right, we'll keep rolling. Shout out to the Block Investment Group, everybody from Jellycubes, and all of our regulars hanging in, tuning in. You guys want to get into this night over here? We got a lot to talk about.
Do we?
We always do. Tom,
start a new year.
Tom, I feel like every time we do these, like, you're just playing like, oh, what's going on this week? Let's catch up. You know,
it's an update for Tom too. You know,
sometimes they really are. Some of these projects, sometimes we get to talk to him. It's like, this was nice. Like, I needed this. This was great to actually get to hear it from like the man himself. Especially, I mean, when we got Bach coming on, that's exactly what we were doing a little before the show here.
I was about to say the word alpha. I never really used that, never even heard that term before getting into the crypto space. But if you want a group that has a ton of that, you've tuned into the right stream tonight. So let's go ahead and welcome him into the stream. Shout out to Jason, aka Block is Hot of the Block Investment Group and Jellycubes. Welcome onto the stream, man. How you doing?
Yo, what up, guys?
going?
Excited to be here. Excited. It's been too long since coming on here. So
6 months, dude.
Super happy to be on here. 6 months. Oh my gosh.
We were talking backstage, but it's been right before, I don't know if it was like a week before Jellycubes minted last year was the last time we had you on to the show. And what a run you guys have had since then, man. Huge congrats to you.
Thanks, guys. It's been a lot of work. I do see a lot of people in the chat right now from the BIG fam. So what's up, guys? Glad you could make it to the stream today. But yeah, it's been a ton of work on our end as a community to try to get things going. And big shout out to you guys too. I see you guys cooking up the subscriber count and constantly posting great content. So I know a lot of people from the BIG fam love watching you guys' channel.
Yeah, dude. Big fans of what you guys have going on. I know early on like I said, we had a little channel in there, so it was cool to see what you guys have done and kind of evolved. And since then, you guys have taken off. It's been way more than just hey, here's some plays to go ahead and get into some new projects. You guys have really started to take on a new life of its own and developed a huge community, man. You guys have brought on so many different people. I feel like sometimes I'm just missing out. I need to go in there and just like catch up on what is going on over the last few weeks. You guys move quick, man.
Especially with that new website you guys have going on. Maybe it's new to me with the calendar and all that you were talking before the stream started. I love that upcoming mints you guys have. I asked you too before. I was like, oh, are all these projects docs on the website? So that is a cool little feature as well with the website.
Yeah, so the new website has like the automated doxing service, which is super cool. And for people that are listening, even if you don't have a Jellycube, you can actually go to our docs calendar page on our site, and you can see all the projects that docs with us, past projects that have already launched as well as upcoming projects. Yeah, you just go to the docs calendar tab there. And then it's super nice because now you at least know the owner took that additional step to verify. We've had about 36 projects that have not minted yet already docs with us. So pretty cool stuff. It's a nice little place to get a little bit more of a trusted, filtered calendar.
Yeah. I think that was the big thing for us. I don't know if you did early on in your journey of going to, was it when CNFT back in the day, just logging on or one of those websites, just catching what mints were happening that week and planning to mint them all. But these days there's so many things launching even in this market. So it's tough sometimes to filter out the good and bad ones, but it's dope that you guys have done that for the projects that have revealed that to you. I know you guys also have that like little investigative like service as well over there, which I thought was really cool. So that was a unique thing for you guys too, right? Like to be able to do a doxing service, and then there's like is it not tied to a smart contract, but it's through like Stripe, right? You guys like protect like the information for the owners.
Yeah, dude. So like one of the big worries I wanted to launch some sort of doxing service just because it was like needed in the space. And I was like, okay, how cool would it be to have a calendar to like help build exposure for the projects that do it? But I didn't feel comfortable holding their information. So Stripe actually is a multi-billion-dollar company. They handle billions of dollars in transactions, and they actually verify their IP address, their home address, their credit card, and all that data is stored with them. So it's nice that I'm not trying to hold this on like some file on my computer where it can get hacked. So
different folders, all the different project names on there.
Dude, it's crazy the like where we've gone in like a year's time, where it started off like early in like 2021. It was, or in the back end of it was like doxing was like a no-go for a lot of people. They're like, we don't want to, we don't want our information out there. And then nowadays it's like, yo, unless people are doxed, they're not, we don't take them as a legitimate project. It's crazy how that narrative has kind of shifted. What has been your perspective for a project now that you guys are actually doxing founders? Like what did you see that you felt the need to go ahead and implement that service?
Yeah, so I would say that a lot of people in the space right now, if you're still in the space, you're a little bit more experienced. So you kind of know the market a little bit more, and you kind of know, okay, this project, it seems a little sketch. Is it actually going to rug us? Versus like someone new coming into the market. So I think right now there's a bigger demand for project founders to be a little bit more open and less anonymous. And whether that's them making a video of themselves like Demo from Mallard Order recently, or if that's doxing to a third party, I think that just gives a little bit more trust. And to be honest with you guys, and this can be a whole conversation, with AI art getting so good and it being so easy, I expect a lot more projects to kind of do AI, do a reveal mint, and then run. So I can expect 100%. That the demand for something like this and the need for something like this is only going to grow over time.
Now with your services too, I know you have the doxing. What if someone who has doxed with you does rug? Is there certain things that you guys are going to do, or is just they dox with you and then they rugged? So now you can air all their stuff out type of situation. Yeah,
so as far as the information, we pretty much get, I mean, dude, you get real-time face photos, you get IP addresses, literally all of their information, ID documents, stuff like that. Now, there is some legality issues with me just being like, hey guys, here's who this is, go find this guy. But what we can do is we can actually report them as committing fraud in the country that they're located in. So that would be kind of the first step. What we really want to do with this though, is we're actually looking into making our own launchpad. And one of the big requirements is going to be this doxing. So it's part of the infrastructure of what we're building. And we're even looking into doing some vested payouts so they don't get all their ADA right away as a project as well if they launch with us. So yeah, there's a few things we can do. I think though that most of the time if a project is going through all of this and uploading all of their information, they're probably very low likelihood of them trying to take advantage.
Right.
It's so far they wouldn't need to, at least because of like some of the standards we've kind of set. Like there's projects they don't need to go through those steps. They can easily release, make money, and rug pull without going through all those steps. So, but that's why we need some of the services like what you guys are building, is so we can get these like better standards for the projects that we mint and hopefully see this for more.
Yeah, I agree with you too on the sense that I think when we first were doing this back in like the fall of 21, a lot of people figured out that they could go on Fiverr, get like an artist real quick to go ahead and set up a 10K generative project. They could get it out there, and eventually it would just make mint out at that time because everything was, and then they could rug pull, and it was what it was. And now what we've seen the reveal mints are definitely one of the ways that people go about doing that. But even looking back at like an Automatica, something that even like fooled us because we weren't really exposed to that yet. And now obviously it's on our, that kind of stuff's on our radar. But yeah, this AI art will replace those Fiverr kind of projects and go the route of, okay, yep, AI art, reveal, looks good, and then boom, gone. And it makes it even easier if you really think about it.
Yeah, and we saw that with Automatica. I mean, 1 million ADA in the secondary. We had like 20,000 ADA sales, and they just dipped. And it's because it's a lot easier for them to make those eggs and them not hatch yet. Kind of like a reveal mint thing. And to answer your question, Frank, there are a list of countries that Stripe does not allow for KYC, and they won't actually pass the verification because those countries are on whatever list they have where they don't either trust the documents from that country or whatever the legal status is there. So there is actually a list for it.
Okay. That's good to know as well. Yeah, but I know you guys do take up a bunch of legal counsel too, right? Like I know you guys, I'm sure with the project that you've done, I know you moved, like I said, you went over to Portugal for certain reasons. You guys are taking all kind of precautions to make sure you guys are doing it the right way. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know there's like that little delay.
There's a little lag.
So I catch like the little thing, and I'm like, is he talking? Is he not? But yeah.
Yeah, no. For those listening, my internet is complete shit here. So, no, we've been trying to do everything we can for it. We actually just got registered in Cyprus, of all countries. So it has been lawyer after lawyer, way more money than I have wished to spend on this. But we've come to the conclusion that Cyprus was actually the country overall for what we're trying to do, and we are officially registered there. So we've been trying to take things the safe approach as much as possible.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Shout out to chat. We'll address this over here because it's going to get brought up at some point throughout this chat over here. How much did you guys pay for hand jelly for? Oh man, I actually made a good little profit on it, thinking that I could, eventually, you guys are some strong holders over there, so I still have my eye looking out there, but I'm not. 6,800 is a little pricey for me at the moment, but I did make some good ADA off that, so there's no issue with that. TJ, I don't know about the other hand on it.
I wouldn't call it good ADA, but it was ADA. I mean,
honestly though,
I'm gonna play and did not work out for me, clearly.
But to be honest with you guys, like you said, I'm a degen at heart, and we see these trends kind of evolve where mints get hyped up and everybody really goes, and that you guys honestly were one of the ones that really like shocked me right off the gate because people were snatching them up at crazy rates, and you can see how strong of a community you guys have built because there's like hardly any for sale, and the prices that they're up at right now are insane. So that was one that kind of bit me in the ass personally because I thought I could play the game and I lost at that. So, but I definitely have plans later on. I've obviously get back into what you guys are doing. Just right before mint usually isn't the best time to go ahead and buy because usually you can let things settle out on my end. But more power to everybody that held. You guys deserve where you're at with that.
Yeah, I said before stream there was no correction or
never corrected. Yeah, I was going to say the same.
Corrected to where it actually really was, right?
It was
wow,
kind of
that
funny
like humbling
watching it too, because like people that watch. Oh, sorry if I interrupted you at all.
Oh no, you're good.
No, you're good. You're good,
dude. Yeah, it was funny for me too, bro, because I'm always making videos of like trading and swing trading and, oh, this is the worst time to buy. This is the best time to sell. And it really was like an outlier in a lot of situations. So yeah. I don't even blame you guys.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the more power to you guys and the community, dude. It's awesome to see. And I'm happy for you, man. It's crazy. You guys have done an insane amount of volume so far. You're at 1.6 million volume. With only 1,253 pieces out there, or whatever, 1,250 of them. But it's absolutely insane to see. Like, ever in your wildest dreams, was this something that you kind of thought could happen, or was this just kind of blow you away?
To be honest, I don't know. Like, I'm a very optimistic person. Yeah. I didn't think it was gonna go up so quickly, like the first week, how fast it went up. But I was confident that I was confident in my ability and the team's ability, as well as the community that we already had before launching, that we would be successful as a project. So as far as time-wise, it was quicker than expected, but I was expecting it. And as like an arrogant way as I can, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, you obviously the founder knew what you wanted to go ahead and create, and then once you guys have executed, I mean, more power to you guys for doing that, because it's a hard thing to do, and you guys kind of, like you said, it defied that minting period at that time, and it's been awesome, like you said, since then, to build off of what your success was over through YouTube and just in general in the space. So yeah, yes. Oh, okay. Shout out to Deco over there. I'm sitting here reading through the comments too.
It's a good cue for me to click it.
There you go. Yeah, guys, consider this is one thing through the YouTube, especially in the bear market. We're making content out there. It is a tough thing to go ahead and, like I said, every week show up, go ahead and make videos. So if you guys are watching tonight and you enjoy the content or just a fan of Block, go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys like the content, consider subscribing out there. But definitely make sure to go ahead and follow Block as well if you guys are not from our side. But Jason, yeah, to dive back into Jellycubes a little bit, you guys have your second mint coming up over here on the 14th, so a little less than 2 weeks away. I know you originally were planning more, I guess, back in 21 to go ahead and kind of release that second half at some point, and then it kind of got pushed back a little bit further, and obviously understandably with the market. What's been your kind of mindset leading up until this mint here?
Yeah, so, and also, if you're watching from my channel, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and push it out there. I mean, these guys have been the most consistent posters. It's absolutely crazy. Mad respect.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, I for the second mint, so this is what's kind of interesting. At first we were gonna have the 2,500 Jellycubes all in one mint, and then the market totally started tanking.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, why not do this different strategy? And shout out to Vendetta, who's one of the mods in the Discord. He actually brought up the idea originally of just splitting the mint and then doing some sort of one-to-one whitelist for the second half, just to like incentivize holding, people holding the project. And our policy ID, I wish I didn't do this, but at the time I had set a lock date to our policy ID of January 24th, 2023.
Okay.
So after the 24th of this month, we cannot change anything for Jellycubes. So we're actually kind of forced to mint right now. Kind of the whole mindset when it came to doing the second half mint is let's deliver as much as possible. Let's get as many things done as we can, really figure out all the kinks, and really, in a sense, get to a strong foundation as far as community and floor price, and then release the second half.
Right.
So now we're kind of at like the end of the rope here, where we do have to launch, and it's actually a decent timing too, because we're about to offer lending soon. So having a little bit more ADA will help with that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know. Like I said, it helps when the project is successful, obviously, in there. But like you said, you guys have added so many more services since then. So at the same time, it also, I guess, is a blessing in the way that you guys, kind of set this up long term. I guess having a set date to go ahead and mint out kind of worked out in a way. But yeah, so you've got the other final half, the 1,250 supply, 1-to-1 to the whitelist out there, and then the USD price. And how important was it for you guys to go ahead and make sure that whether ADA was $1 or 25 cents, that you guys had a set price point on that? It's like, I think a lot of projects sometimes get caught in the trap of setting a certain ADA price versus knowing what their actual budget needs to be in order to mint out. Like, how important was that for you guys to kind of setting up the price, and especially in a market like this?
Dude, I mean, it was kind of crazy. So I made like a rookie mistake, and originally we were like, okay, 500 ADA sounds like a good number. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's a smart number. And then ADA just kept tanking and tanking and tanking. And, one of the big things that I've come to understand is ideally you have a sustainable project where you're not reliant on just continually minting stuff. One of the first ideas that we had was that we were actually going to drop 4 different collections over the years as the market got bigger, totaling 10,400 NFTs or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And that would essentially be all the BIG memberships. But kind of what changed over time was I was like, you know what? That really hurts holders. we don't want to dilute our supply that much. So this drop actually marks the last opportunity to get into the BIG group. There will be no more NFTs that we launch that BIG membership access. This is the last one. So that being said, it was important that we transition from ADA to dollars, especially when ADA was going down so much, so that we can guarantee the funding for at least 2 to 3 years, which is when a lot of analysts are expecting the bull market to kick back up. Right. And in that process, instead of looking to launch more NFTs, instead build different revenue streams, which is the main thing that we're doing right now. We have the doxing service, we have lending coming soon, we have custom nodes coming soon. And that's kind of like the whole mindset now.
Did you guys go back and forth with the decision to make it a whitelist only for this mint versus to have it to public in a sense? When I say whitelist, like the one-to-one whitelist.
Yeah, so what was interesting about it is that when so I thought it was like public knowledge when we did the split mint, but I guess like I had said it in the VCs, like we were having VCs every day. And I guess I had said it on there. It was kind of one of those things where I wanted to do a one-to-one, because the truth of the matter is one, when we're adding more NFTs, it kind of dilutes the supply of people currently holding. So if we did like a public mint, you might have a bunch of people that buy in the public, or it gets botted or manipulated or all these things. And then all of a sudden they just like dump it on the floor. And it can really hurt the project on the secondary, as well as everyone that's been holding the project. And at the same time, the whole aspect of, we like to grow our members, but the whole aspect of an alpha group is you don't want it too big where the information is being shared with too many people. Right. So by making it go to holders, there will be less members overall in the group, and that will in sense make it more exclusive and hopefully that information more valuable. So there were a couple of different factors that went into it.
Yeah,
sure. I can only imagine.
That makes sense, especially like you said. Obviously, if people are getting whitelists and doing all these different things, there's obviously going to be the flippers and the people that get out there. So I can understand from your guys' point, who worked so hard so far to go ahead and build a really like solid community, that you don't want just that group of people to kind of come in and disrupt that for a little bit, right?
Yeah, that exclusivity, exactly. Like where you have like the community supporting itself almost. People that want to be in there buying in and getting involved even more.
Yeah, and to go off of that, and this could be a whole video, but there's this bot that's out there called Tokenizer, and it's been cleaning up every single mint. Literally any public drop, it doesn't matter if it's ADA Anvil, JPG Store, they have been botting it to heck. And a lot of public supply is not going to actual members of the community. Right. It's going to these programs. And having a mint like ours, I mean, dude, I wouldn't want to charge 3,000 ADA or something to buy in the public. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like they would just bot the heck out of this with everything they could. Right. So it's also a sense of like, okay, at least we know they can't manipulate this drop and, you know, kind of take away from people that actually want to be in the group.
Yeah, 100% over there. I agree with that. We'll get back to O side real quick, but I'm actually in this as well, and I have one of these. But he said, speaking of bots, have you guys seen what Good Droids is doing? I don't know if you got into them at all yet, or looked at them.
I know about them.
Yeah.
I haven't done like a deep dive into them yet.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I got a chance. They've got some like I don't know what maybe Sil can maybe share a little bit more info as far as bots go. But they do have a bunch of different like programs, different like I said, alpha channels and things like that. They did their Good Droids pass, but I know there's some certain things that are like targeting that issue that people are running into, especially in the NFT space, because eventually as the space goes on, there can only be so many ways you can go ahead and get into a project before people are just like, okay, they're going to find a way around it. They're going to find some sort of trick. But yeah, I'll have to take a look back more into that. But I think Good Droids does have something like he was saying. Maybe he can throw that in there. Another thing too, I wanted to go ahead and reference back to, because this is interesting for you guys, for O side, is saying that will Big be open to building any community stuff on a project like say Cornucopias or something like that, where if you guys like guilds or certain things that are focused to your guys' community, are you guys looking to do anything like that for some of the projects?
Heck yeah. I mean, right now, it's been a big focus on just trying to get our foundation out there. Like, we're still a pretty new and early project. You know, I think it's been like 5 to 6 months. So we still have a lot of stuff that we got to do and work on. But then the next step of that is going to be collaboration, building with other projects. You know, like and some of the collabs will look different, right?
Yeah.
Like I was telling these guys, we're having our friends and family Jellycubes. There's going to be 100 of them that are just given away. And most likely that's going to be a collab with Block Owls, right? So that sort of stuff. You know, in Metadams too, actually, we're going to be in Metadams. They actually just built our HQ. They have their game coming out this month sometime. So we'll see what we can build there.
That's awesome, man. Doing collabs with Block Owls, I can only imagine what you guys would, what they kind of cook up. I don't know what you'll do, like 3D versions of Jellycubes or what you guys could do, but that's such a cool concept with some dope projects as well. I did see this. Have you guys? I don't know if you guys have done anything like this, but I agree that this would be a good conversation, whether it's a Twitter space or a YouTube interview. But with minting services, what they're doing to prevent botting, because even recently, I thought, you know, I'm a big fan of Beta Anvil. I love what they do, but even some of their more recent mints, they've had some issues on some things, especially when there becomes high traffic out there. Have you guys got a chance to talk to any of the minting services on like botting or anything like that? Or have you guys, is that something that still needs to be a conversation?
Yeah, no, I didn't know.
The delay.
Gotta love the delay. You know what? You know what, man? Like, those guys work hard, but it's very easy for someone to code that because all the buttons are in the same places. True. Right?
True.
And it's like they would have to change it every single mint. And like Beta Anvil used to never crash. Why is it crashing now? It's because it's getting botted by thousands of, you know, tasks from a software program. And that's why they crashed. And on TCC, the whole mint was down and they were still getting the supply. It was crazy. So they've got to change stuff up every single time to stop these bots. And it's something that I've been warning was going to happen in this space for a while now. And now it's finally starting to arrive. So it's a difficult challenge.
Yeah, I know Derp is one of them that comes to mind when it comes to the minting out there, as well as Cornucopias. I thought had done a good job at improving ever since the Javelin mint that they went ahead and did. So there's definite ways, but that also requires like an email address and certain things to get in. So obviously, you know, some people don't want to go through all those hoops and just want to be able to jump in there. So I'm sure we'll see some new ways, and I'm sure that'll be a big topic this year, especially as NFTs continue to grow in popularity. So yeah, Peppermint too. I mean, I love all those, but like I said, it seems I know Endmaker seems to be the one that gets the biggest shit out of everybody. But anytime if it's a light load or not a very popular mint, no problem. As soon as it becomes a big one, everybody has issues. Doesn't matter who they are. And like you said, we saw that with Anvil with the TCC, because I remember trying to mint that and getting frustrated. I'm like, dude, I'm done. I'm out. But yeah, I know that can be frustrating. What about you guys though? As far as minting services, I don't know if you mentioned it, but what minting service have you guys announced that you guys are going through?
Are you talking what
for Jellycubes?
Talking to me?
Yeah. Sorry, for Jellycubes.
Oh, what minting service we're using? Yeah, so we actually have our own dev that's been building like a lot of the smart contracts for different things that we're doing. So our mint is actually going to be, we're essentially taking a snapshot, seeing all the holdings of Jellycubes, and then it's going to be a 24-hour mint window where they send us the ADA. They have to send it within that 24 hours. And then what we're going to do, they don't get their NFT right away. This is what we're doing. Okay. They don't get their NFT right away. For multiple reasons, but one of the reasons is we want to check and make sure there was no manipulation. And then after verifying, okay, this was legit, then sending them a couple hours later. Okay. So that's kind of what we're doing. It's a very custom mint, in all honesty, right? Just because of our situation, but yeah, luckily we have a dev that is like super experienced in this sort of stuff.
That's awesome. Because I know, remember Timmy, when he did his, he was also doing his own custom minter for Raccoon Syndicate, and it was slow to get out, but they learned a lot, and the second mint seemed to go a lot faster. But I can imagine, like, if you got more control of it, you guys can also custom tailor it to the way that you guys would want to experience and mint yourselves. So that's cool. That's good to hear, though. Yeah, I definitely think that's going to be a big topic going into this year, along with the AI stuff as well. Yeah, so anybody who is not in Jellycubes, I guess a common question I've seen from others is now, they get intimidated maybe by the floor price because of where it is. It's a testament to your guys' success. I know you guys do guest passes over there, which stay tuned over here. I think we'll have some of those available tonight. But what would your advice be to anybody who is potentially looking to get into Jellycubes, and the best way outside of just, hey, you're going to save thousands of ADA, go ahead to get in here. What would be your approach to them, especially with it being where it's at? Is that just kind of, hey, you guys should have got in at the first go around, or what's your guys' way to go about that?
Yeah, so it's definitely one of those things that as the floor price goes up, obviously now not everyone can afford to get in. The barrier to entry is higher. Yeah. What I would say is if you're not in right now, there's kind of a couple things that there's a couple of things for a couple of different situations. One is when we have this mint on the 14th, there are going to be people that list their Jellycubes, guys. Like we have a hardcore community, and I know a lot of people are kind of waiting to buy when this new supply comes out, but we're doubling our supply. It would be very foolish of me to think that the floor price wouldn't go down when we double supply, right? Where it goes, I have no idea. And I think that'll be the kind of the last major opportunity. Besides us as a whole entire macro market getting way more bearish and things going down, we just have so many different things that we're building, and a lot of stuff isn't even out yet. So it's one of those things where this will probably be, in a non-financial advice way, the best buying opportunity coming up sometime after the mint. The second thing is we do have these BIG trial passes that we'll give away some in this call today. Basically, we give you a 1 week access to the group, and you can at least see the different CNFT content, and it's honestly very valuable to kind of get like a tease. So if you're someone that's interested but doesn't want to fork up all the money right away without knowing what you're getting, these passes are great to see what you're getting. If you're someone that can't afford it but just kind of wants to experience it a little bit, we pretty much give them away every Tuesday. So if you stay tuned to our Twitter, we've pretty much been doing like 10 to 15 a week. And we also have these HeroCube events going on right now, where every event that we do over the next couple months, you'll be able to earn a pass as well. So at least you'll get a little bit, and then hopefully over time, you can build your bag up, and I don't know, maybe there'll be an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, it's good though. Like I said, it's a good problem to have, where it's not the opposite of like, hey, we're this big alpha group, but it's so easy to get in, and anybody can come through. So it makes sense for where you guys are at as far as the price goes. You did mention this real quick. I always wanted to touch quickly on this of the HeroCubes. What are these? Because you've just kind of teased this first one here. Just these, I guess, one of ones, kind of what you were saying earlier on.
Yeah. So the quick summary of it is when we first launched our project, we had a channel that was like a quest, kind of like the whole like quest theme, right? And what you had to do is there were 15 different quests, and they all had different attributes that could be split among different jellies, right? So if you got all those attributes for that quest, you would not only get a special role, but it also gave you access into actually getting one of these HeroCubes. So there's 15 of these different HeroCubes, one for each quest. If you've completed the attributes, you'll get one of these. You get to name it, you'll have the role as you background sheet, where if you put your mouse over it, it'll actually get a little bit bigger. But yeah, they have these different stats, this different lore behind it, and essentially we're doing different events every single time we introduce it, as well as building out our lore. So you can check it out in the Discord right now. Whoever completes the quest will get one. You can also name it whatever you want. Whoever completes the event and gets first place in the event, they'll also get it. We also have ADA prizes and BIG trial passes for people that participate as well. And then we also do one Twitter giveaway for each of them. Okay. So right now we have Dave, who's like the Dungeon Master class. He's actually being given away on Twitter right now. And whoever gets lucky will actually get that specific one as well. And then we're never making them again. So I think for Dave, our first one, there were a total of 7 people that are going to get it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. I remember seeing early on in there as well. Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Right there.
I love
So
that.
this is Dave, the Dungeon Master. So he's going to be the first one that you can
That's
get.
cool. Was there any benefit to holding any of these, or is it just a fun event for you guys?
So I want people to consider them as just fun and lore stuff. There is, if you get 5 of these, if you collect 5 of these, there's going to be this cool art airdrop. If you get 7, there's going to be a special experience. Okay. And then there are plans in the future, maybe Q2, Q3, where the different stats of these hero cubes play, but I don't want to promise anything before I like really nail it down of exactly what. I don't want to overpromise is what I'm saying.
Yeah. You got your Discord, your group over here pressing on the utility set factor. Everybody's always asking the questions out here. So that's fun. But yeah, no, I like I said, it's fun. It's fun to have events like that, and not everything always has to give you something, but it's fun that you guys can still have that opportunity to do that for people who, or surprise them sometimes too, right? It doesn't necessarily like, hey, no, we didn't announce anything, but all of a sudden, boom, anybody who had one of these, you get this now, for wherever the project goes. But no, man, that's really cool to see that you guys kind of really thought, some of these mints out, and where you guys are kind of going into 2023. I guess what is the main thing for the block investment group that you guys are looking forward to maybe the most for you guys in your project this year, and where you guys are kind of headed?
Oh man, dude, honestly, the thing that excites me most is we've come up with a way of doing utility tokens that I honestly think is going to revolutionize how projects do utility tokens. I don't want to talk about it and get the idea stolen.
Right.
But we're coming up with an extremely deflationary model for not only Jellycubes, but also our future Jelly Chunk utility token. Okay. So I'm excited about that. And it's going to be important because we're trying to build out a launchpad incubator where we help new projects basically get the information they need to succeed. I'm actually working on a learning program series where I go into detail of everything you need to know to launch and run a project. And this is going to be a program that's actually free for anyone that launches with us. We are going to have different standards in place, but one of the things that we're doing with the launchpad is a percentage of their supply is not minted with jelly chunks, but like some sort of IDO or launchpad, a percentage of the supply, a percentage of the whitelist are purchased with jelly chunks. Okay. So we're hoping that we can really launch a lot of really awesome projects, mentor them, create a standard of mints when it comes into the NFT space. And then obviously we can take some of that revenue to help grow and keep the project sustainable without constantly us needing to mint. And at the same time, basically bring even more value to Jellycube holders as well as other people in the ecosystem that want to buy jelly chunks. So that is what I'm probably most excited for. That just whole ecosystem that we're trying to build.
That's interesting. Like I said, you guys always come up. I think you really have some cool ideas on how to kind of evolve this space. And I know you guys are you've always been focused kind of on like how to maximize the opportunity, whether it be monetarily or just like your knowledge base inside this space. So I've always appreciated like how you kind of presented that and came up with stuff to really empower these this community to really like you said, whether it's life-changing money or just something to help improve their life. I think that's a really cool opportunity to be part of the group that you guys have created. So shout out to you guys, man.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. So outside of that, we've got the Jellycubes mint happening on the 14th. You guys have got a bunch of cool stuff that are upcoming, and people, if you have not experienced the Discord yet, we'll have an opportunity later in the stream to go ahead and win one of the passes that are a week trial, or show up to you guys every Tuesday. And speaking of Tuesdays too, I know we did get a chance. We've been chatting over there maybe the past few weeks on Tuesdays. You guys have a really cool space. You've been co-hosting with Congo from the Ape Society. How has that been, and making your way over into the Twitter world? Because I know you guys do a bunch of VCs over in the Discord and obviously YouTube and stuff like that. You've transitioned, but how has those Twitter spaces? I feel like we've had really productive conversations over the last few weeks that you've started that.
Dude, Tommy, thank you so much for coming on them too, man. You're always giving awesome input. TJ, the other Tom, you guys need to come on sometime, dude. I mean, I'm like, dude, honestly, like I'm really bad about going on spaces, and I know to be a better project founder, I've got to level that up for sure. Yeah. So part of the problem I have with spaces sometimes is like, sometimes it just, I'm so busy that sometimes it just feels like a waste of time, some of these spaces. And it's like, so what's cool with co-hosting this with Congo is we can just like talk about how do we improve? How do we improve the space? What are some of the relevant topics right now? I think tomorrow, and it's 2 p.m. Eastern time for people that haven't seen it, are joined in. We're going to be talking about the market and what we hope that we can see over this next year, and maybe some different things that we're excited about, right? And it's been fun, man. I want to keep doing it. And I'm appreciative to every founder that comes on and, influencer like you, Tommy, that, puts their input in.
Dude, it's been, like I said, the conversations can get deep sometimes, and it's cool because you do have some of the brightest minds in Cardano. And it's like I said, you've got Congo from the Ape Society, who we've all seen what they've done this past year, but you get a good input, and then even the audience, for the people who show up, man, it's been really kind of fun, productive talks. And I agree with you on the Twitter space thing. We went back to our drawing board, and we're like, we originally hated doing Twitter spaces only for the fact that we felt like we were just like so unproductive with the time we had with it, and it was just so unstructured. And there's a time and a place for just chilling and hanging out. And the guys, especially from NFA and Chronic and all them, do a great job at just, having fun over there. Sometimes people want that. But for us, who are limited on time, I 100% agree with you, where it's just like, man, I don't want to get into these things. But there's also a huge opportunity there to connect. And that really is a big new way to market yourself as a brand, whether you're an NFT project or not. So it would be stupid not to take advantage of that and really try to connect more with that community. So shout out to you guys for doing that, because it is fun to pull up every Tuesday and hang out with you guys.
It's definitely one of the parts, the reason why we want to get more into that for sure, Tommy. Only have to pull that trigger. TJ, we're gonna have to not be afraid of people coming on live and telling us how wrong we are every time.
Yep. Oh, I don't worry about that. I usually go into spaces to listen. I just can't talk usually when I'm listening. I'm either putting my son to sleep or I'm driving in the car in between patients. I really can't have.
You just don't want Words and Shiny coming in live.
I'm not worried about that shit at all. I don't care.
Yeah.
That Words, trust me, they're afraid. TJ's scared.
Like I said, there's no filter. That's the thing too. Like, you can get anybody up there, and like you said, if somebody doesn't like you, like the comment section's real at that point, right? Like, it's just, you deal with it.
Even projects, like you could be, similar to when we're on live like this, where we'll be talking about a project, and it's like, oh, look, they're over in the chat right now. But instead, in this situation, it's like, oh, they want to come up and talk like live right now with us. Like, all right.
Yeah. Have you ever read into that, Jason, as far as like somebody coming up and just like challenging you and just be like having to defend yourself, or just feeling like, dude, I don't want to deal with any of that?
Dude, I mean, I've been really lucky so far. I not yet on BIG Tuesdays. I'm sure that over time, there will be some BS, or like, but I'm ready for it, dude. Like, I feel like I'm pretty open-minded for the most part, and like, if I say something, I'm okay to be like, I was wrong about this. But at least, like, for me, I know there's always a reason I say something. Whether I end up being wrong or right, there was like I didn't just say it. Like, it was like, I really thought that. And it wasn't some paid BS promo or something, It was like legit what I felt.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, there's certainly times where we've made wrong calls, and I mean, we're human over there, and it is what it is. And we've tried our best and always to improve. But yeah, there's those days where you're just like, oh man, we did not make the right call on that, or talk about that in the way that we should have. But you've done a very good job, and that was one thing we loved, I think, even about DJ and Travis early on, where he just had that unfiltered, like, raw opinion of just like, I'm going through projects and just like, it is what it is, right? Like, just saying how I feel. But you've done a good job about it over there. And someone's asking over here, because when's your more of your upcoming mint videos over there on the content creation side?
I know I need to get on the content. Like, I had on my to-do list today. I still have to do a video for Docs projects. I'm so behind on my content grind. right now with just the mint coming up, it's been way more hours than I can handle sometimes, but I'm gonna get on it. Trust me. I'm gonna start pumping out some of this content.
Cool. Dude, you've got fans inside of space, and it was cool to see your growth early on. Like you said, you came at it from the analytical side for me, and it was cool just to kind of like tune in and straight to the point, and you kind of treated it like this is how it is. Here's how I'm earning from it. Here's how I can learn, and you move on. So it was cool that unique perspective, I think, stuck with a lot of people, including ourselves. But there's a lot. We're getting here about 45 minutes in. If there's anything else on Jellycubes that we want to dive into, otherwise maybe we can break into some projects. What's going on in the market? We see some questions in from some projects that people are looking at. If you want to get into that,
dude, let's get into the market. I've done enough shilling for Jellycubes, but yeah, check out our mint guys on the 14th. If you don't have a whitelist, check on the secondary. I'm sure there's going to be some people that sell it for lower. Check out the trial passes too. And dude, let's get into the market.
All right. So first off, I'll touch base on this real quick because I see some MFers over in the chat who I know love the Pirates over there. But what is your feelings? Have you got into this yet? Because I've been like sleeping on it for a little while. And shout out to Corbin Dallas who messaged me. I totally missed his message weeks ago about this, but I did see it finally. We have people inside our Discord that went ham on this over here for Order of the Kraken. Have you got a chance to look into that a little bit?
Which project? It cut out right when you said
Order of the Kraken.
Dude, we actually had them on a voice call before they did their family crest mint. So I know a decent amount from them. I think that they've been getting a ton of volume, dude. It gives me her monster vibes, and I think the reason is because I think some of the team works with her monster. So I think they kind of have like a similar way of doing things. So that's kind of the vibe I get.
I like it. Getting one of these, Tommy?
I did not. I did not get in early enough, and I didn't mint right now. So I saw there was a big pump. They pushed close to like 400 at one point, and then they've kind of recorrected right now. And a lot of the reason that people are buying these, I think there's 12 of the families currently that are out there. And if you get a set of the same family over there, there's basically a whitelist for their pirate ship and their pirate mint that's upcoming. And then obviously if you stack more of those, or if you have the talisman, that increases far beyond that. And I know there's more perks that are probably out there, but I totally missed out on these early on. Oh, thanks, TJ. I appreciate that. Look over. But yeah, no, Jason, did you get a chance to mint any of these? Are you minting these days, or are you kind of sitting back? Are you still going? What's your mindset then with CNFTs?
With OTK?
Yeah, or just in general. Yeah, did you get a chance? Have you been minting, or was this one of the ones that you got a chance to mint, or were you looking at these? Did you like them?
So I in our Discord we have green, yellow, and red. Green being the best. I had green lit this family crest, which I don't do often for projects. So it was only like a 45 or 58 a mint. So it did very well. I don't know what I was doing during the time of the mint. Honestly, like I've been prioritizing trying to get this stuff done with Jellycubes more than going for as many mints. But this was a mint that I should have gone for, because they have some pretty cool gamified stuff coming with this where, I don't know what all they have made public and what I'm allowed to say or not, but
I know there's a great article, a Medium article over there, if you're not in the Discord, that really explains a lot of what they've got going on. But as far as I just finally have been catching up a little bit over there. I know they're like futuristic pirates, and these family crests, out of the 12, like you said, there's whitelist opportunities that you can have by stacking up pairs of them, or if you get the whole set of them, you get extra ones and a free mint. The talisman do different things as well, but outside of that, that's kind of where I stop with these. And I know there's a treasure hunt going on currently too, and I don't know too much about that, but that's where I sit with it. So I don't know what else you're allowed to talk about if you do know more, but I don't want to press you on anything either.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it very minimal because I don't know what all they would want me to say on a stream. Yeah. But they're gamifying a lot of this, and like Tavern Squad-esque stuff, right? In their own way, where all of these are going to kind of come into play with the total combat type thing, right? So really interesting stuff. you know, they have their pirate mint coming up, and then they also have the ship. So there's 2 more mints, and then all 4 of these are going to go hand to hand and hand in hand with what they're trying to do. So a lot of what they're actually building, though, is going to be out like later next year.
Right.
So they've just been kind of lining these mints up, raising more ADA, kind of building up the hype so that they can develop that.
Yeah.
So after hearing from them and learning more about the project, are you going to be looking on secondary for what you know?
Yeah. So what's kind of, I like, it's like a mix for me. Like, I think this project will do well. It's like 2 brothers are, you know, working together on it, if I remember correctly. And they have experience in the NFT space. The only thing that worries me sometimes is like there's going to be dilution, right? Like they already have their talesmen, now they have their family crest, they're going to have their pirates, then they're going to have ships. Like you're already talking about 4 collections there. So like when I hear that, it kind of makes me a little nervous just because it's like so many NFTs. But I do think that these guys are going to do a good job, and really they started blowing up in the past couple weeks. I haven't gone in and minted and bought stuff off the secondary, but this was a mint that I should have went hard on the family crest, and I don't know what I was doing that day. I wasn't minting.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Because at 58, this was a steal.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Especially seeing the pump recently. I feel like it's got more mainstream a little bit now. So there's still obviously opportunity out there. I don't know the total supply of the pirates or the pirate ships, and I don't know if that's public or not. So depending on, like I said, you got roughly almost 4,000 of these crests. Like I said, the more that stuff gets out into the open, obviously prices can potentially take a hit until like the gamification part comes online. But yeah, I definitely think it's interesting. I like it's different. We don't have pirates over really that have been big inside the space. It's cool to see something different, and the lore they've got built in. If you go look at the website, it's built out very well, and visually it looks very well done. So definitely a fan of what they got. And then obviously shout out to the old money MFers and the Hair Monsters gang too. Like that was another project that really is coming along pretty well. If you guys got in early on that. What else? I was going to go back. I want to go back to the chat, kind of going through.
Keyboard warriors have been pumping.
I was going to say, you can't not talk about Ori Mob right now, because they've been going absolutely nuts, and they actually.
I say keyboard warriors, not Ori, but we'll go with the Ori.
Oh, did you say keyboard mob? We'll get to quick. We'll get to quick next.
I'm so confused by that. You're like, we can't not talk about Ori Mob, and it's like,
oh, Tom, TJ's like, fuck me, right? No, my bad, man. I will get back over there to keyboard warriors, but this is another one. They actually just passed, which is actually insane. They passed the volume for Malador recently, and they've launched, a few months. Was it October? Maybe right in the beginning of November, at the end of October kind of range. Jason, did you mint Ori when they came out? Because the minting for that, I think it was through Endmaker, was a pain in the ass. But if you were persistent and got through those captchas, you were able to mint quite a few.
I ended up minting a decent amount. I think I got like 40 of them, which was pretty lucky.
Damn.
So 40. I sold a decent amount on this run up. One thing I've been doing is I'll pre-list stuff. It's like my new tactic recently, because I just can't pay attention to stuff like I used to.
Yeah.
So I'll like pre-list stuff at different price levels. I had a feeling that I was bearish on Ori Mob until they released.
Right.
And like when the pre-sale was happening, I was like, oh my God, this is one of the best looking NFT projects. And as someone that has generated a project, the way that they had the way they generated it, and certain trades could only be with certain trades, I was like, this is going to do well. And around like 500 ADA, my last video like 3 weeks ago, I was like, this might not be a bad time to buy.
Yep.
But yeah, they've gone on a massive run. I think I only have like 5 left right now. I've kept 3 elites and 2 just normal ones, and I'm just holding that for the long term. But yeah, it's funny because usually art/brand projects don't do super well, but I think that these guys have something really special going with them. And they might actually be able to pull this off.
Yeah, I think I think I've ended up minting like 8 on the run up over there from them, and I when they first pumped, I made some plays early on, and I thought I had maybe a little bit more time with them, but I could just from the sheer amount of volume they did in that short amount of time, you could tell this project just felt like poised to break out, especially once people got back into that community and they started to announce the next set of plans that they got going on. Because that art is like I said, they've got who's already a great artist in the space and established in real life. And then you look back at like these aren't like an old project at all. You know, that project was back in 2021, and if you looked at those original cards from back in the day,
cards are sick.
I don't know why it's not pulling. But dude, yeah, they've got an insane floor price out there. So they had a really dedicated community prior to that 10,000 mint. And I think like we were very skeptical on the fact that there's 10,000 of these, and I think what was it 252 ADA or something like that they minted for.
Yeah,
so like asking for that much, it just seemed like I don't know, like there's no way that's gonna work. But after seeing the pre-sale start to go the way it was just like, yo, you better get in on this public sale. And it was very impressive what they did in that short amount of time.
I mean, though, I feel like even projects, we've said this before in the podcast, they need to start saying what you're doing, Block, is putting the dollar amount for how much they're going to be listing or charging for. Because I feel like if people see the dollar amount versus the ADA amount, it's a little different. Because what $200 is right now, what, like 1,000 ADA or whatever it is?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you see that price point or the difference as like in US dollars versus ADA, people are going to take that differently.
Oh, 100%.
Just
Yeah.
take it differently.
I mean, I don't know if ADA was like in the 32 to 36 cent range, kind of something like that when they minted originally. So 252 ADA, like you said, at that price point really wasn't like anything like too crazy outside of what we were minting even a year ago, and even potentially less than that. No. It just was like a mental like thing for us, I think, in the space. So that was important.
I don't know why in our head we're like, what happens if I spend all this ADA and it goes up to $2.50 next week?
Yeah, it's like that. That's not happening at all, right? You got some,
so
exactly. For me though, we had a debate about Ori Mob early on from with Tom and TJ, because they were just like, I'm not really a fan of these. Like, what's the appeal? And it's like all the floor ones, you know, they just didn't look appealing versus some of the ones that were on the high scale that just looked absolutely badass. With all the masks and different traits and things like that. But for me, I think especially trying to search and snipe, the more that you dug into the traits on this project, the more like you just started to appreciate it. And for me, that was like a big factor of why it was like you found a new trait, it felt like every single day. So the amount of depth that went into this project, and they generate, it was like 60 something thousand of these things, and then dwindled them down, like handpicked them into like the last like 10,000 that they did. Something crazy like that.
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't know it was that many. I don't want to.
30 or 60, something like that. I can't remember.
Crazy, but I didn't know it was that many.
Yeah, like hand picking these things to go ahead and release. And dude, I'm so upset with myself. I minted a tight hoodie on the release day and sold it for like maybe like 1,400 ADA at the time, which I thought was a great deal. And now looking back at that, I was like, damn man, like do not underestimate this community, because they're coming after some of your top projects right now inside this space. And I think they have the legs in them to go ahead and really do it. Based upon what we're seeing right now. This is definitely one for me at the end of the year where you could see them sitting close to the top for me.
How many do you still hold, Block?
Yeah, so sorry. I think like what was really interesting with Ori Mob is what you said there, Tommy. You're looking at them and then you're like, oh, this is a cool trait. Oh, this is a cool trait. And what you'll find is there's traits in here that only show up one time in the entire collection. Yep. I don't know how long they spent working on the art, but it's honestly insane. Look at the amount of traits that only show up one time. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I've never seen a project put that much detail into something that only shows up one time. Right. So I think that there's anyone that is like into art and brand, I think this is the top dog on Cardano NFTs. I really do believe that. If right now is a time to buy in, I think it can calm down. Like, it's going a little crazy, right? Yeah. Like, I think it went from 500 to 1,500 within a week or two. So right now is dangerous to buy, but I think long-term they have potential. And you know, what's crazy is Rob, one of the founders, he was actually on a Discord VC with us months before they minted. Mm-hmm. And I remember he was kind of like me in a way, just like blah, 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 blah. But he was crazy, man. And this dude has some connects in the real world. Yeah. And you know, if you're in their Discord, they're talking about fashion and branding and, you know, getting these connections and making really cool fashion, right? These guys actually have some connects. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what they're able to do. And, you know, at the end of the day, we can talk about utility. A lot of utility isn't even real utility that's out there right now. So at least with them, it's like, yeah, they're not promising to do staking, but, you know, they might actually be able to pull off something bigger than that, which is like really attract the masses into some sort of culture. So I don't know. We'll see what they pull off here.
Yeah, no, it's definitely super impressive what they've done in this short amount of time, and to see how quick they moved up the ranks, number 15 all time, when minting back even just a couple months ago, is an insane amount of volume throughout the space. They definitely feel like they've cemented themselves up in the conversation for one, like I said, one of the top projects inside this space. Yes, TJ, we can get back now over here to the project.
Damn,
we're finally talking.
KWIC, okay.
The guy screen share for 2 weeks and look at him just going to run with his own shit the whole time.
So we got a chance to talk with Dan and Jed on the stream, and I know Brock, I'm sure you guys have talked with them as well. These guys have just continued to like surpass my expectations for what this project can do. Just the artwork from Jesserai is on another level. Such a cool concept what they're doing, but they're starting to like gamify it a bit. They've got these factions, and they don't seem to be stopping anytime soon. They'd be like 465 ADA floor price. Did this one shock you at all for where they've kind of gone, or was this something where you were like, I could see that happening?
I actually called this one in the Discord because he had come on and we had a 1 hour call. And after the call, I was like, all right, this guy's got it. You know, the website was there. The art was there. It was unique. The marketing was good. The community was already building. It had that retro feel. They were docs. They had gone to CNFT Con already. They literally every single box, the dude's got tens of millions of dollars, already has run successful businesses. He doesn't need the funding, right? They've already developed a lot of stuff before even announcing the project.
Yeah.
They're gonna, and I had bought a lot of these. I've been selling them recently, but I think this is a project that's gonna deliver long-term for sure. Right now it's hot, so buying right now is kind of, but I think long-term, like this team will deliver stuff.
Yeah, it might, for me, the biggest thing is the unique aspect of it is that it's like, it feels like two projects in one, where you have this awesome street art from an accomplished artist in real life with Jesserai, with these badass traits. And then you have the whole other flip side of that with the internet cafes that they're going into their quote unquote metaverses out there, with Boss Planet, I know, being one of them. I'm assuming like Pavi and all those other guys that they'll be able to port their internet cafes into, which if that takes off, that adds a whole other layer to this, where a lot of the times back in the day, the artwork alone was what really got the community growing. And then the utility kind of came behind that. So these guys, they feel like they're a combo, and they keep pressing the way they do, especially on the marketing. Like they've been going ham on their Twitter raids and really trying to showing up. They do feel like they're for real as well. And this is one of the projects I thought we had a fun time going through the traits on these, because it's like nostalgic. It takes you back to your childhood for sure.
Well, I said this before too. Like, to me, I don't care what their utility ever was or ever is going to be. I always just truly loved the art in this project, because like Tommy said, it has that retro old school nostalgia for me. Like all the shit I grew up with, they have it in their traits. So for me, this really was, I don't care what they do, I just really love the art. It's proving now that even the floor is just rising so much, and I think they're even going to go up even higher. I don't know if it's going to cool down anytime soon, honestly.
It's wild. Tom, I know you got a chance to mint some of these as well. And it was fun for like us, like going back to seeing like the Game Boys and like the Doom and all those different like traits. Like for you, Tom, like was this one of the ones that you were, I know we were all excited to mint it, but is this something that you were kind of still holding on to, or like long-term, definitely looking to maybe accumulate more long-term?
I mean, it sucks a little bit now because, obviously I always miss these runs when we're like a little impatient. But yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, one of the hardest projects for me, because you go to the secondary and you see like what the floor's at. You see where the floor's at, and it's like, okay, they're doing all right, but this is affordable. I can definitely still like enter in at this price. Not a problem. I can buy a few of them. Then you start looking through them, and I start searching by the traits that I really start connecting with, and it's like, I don't want a fucking floor one. Then all of a sudden, it's like, all right, well, now I need like 4,000 ADA.
Yeah.
So this one, it escalates fast, for sure. But I would love to buy some of the more ones I really like. Unfortunately, no prison striped ones. I'm really, for me to catch my eye, but I really wanted to get like one I really liked to hold on to, at least one. Yeah. Especially these ones are, obviously I'm not, ready quite yet to throw down the 20K, but some of these are so crazy.
Yeah. A block for you too. Are you looking to are these one of the ones where you can just kind of get lost in some of the trades and be like, I would love to just buy one of these things just based on the sold looks of it alone?
Dude, I think this style is super cool. And, also, analytically, and I don't know if you guys have checked on YouTube your demographics for your channel.
Oh, yes.
But it's mostly men. Yep. And what are they? Kind of 30, I would say
24
25 to 35.
40,
so
it's
somewhere. Yeah. So this is the perfect kind of age group to sell NFTs to, So I think I think that these guys I'm when it comes to buying NFTs, I'm pretty safe and usually get some stuff near the floor, but I definitely got a few cool ones that I just resonated with here. And, I am excited about this project. If you're in the BIG, you'll know that I've talked about this project a lot now. I'm excited, and the way they're doing their internet cafe is interesting too, how they're going to kind of have these levels and they're gamifying it. And, I think they're going to impress a lot of people. Yeah.
Oh, he's checking our stats out, Tom. You hear that? There's all our numbers, all our demographics, all that.
Yep. Oh, dude, Keyboard Warriors did some research on us.
It's in it.
Keyboard Warriors is straight up just researching us. Our hey, who does this? Okay, perfect. We're going to cater directly to those guys. But no, it's a perfect mix of the nostalgia that touches your childhood to the point where it's oh, I remember that, I remember this, this is dope ass trait, I remember doing this when I was a kid, to no, this looks really cool now, I can rock it as a PFP, to oh wait, they're actually doing stuff where I can win stuff, I can get ADA, I can go ahead and play in this game world that they're building right now for the future. There's a lot of cool things to like about this project. And not to mention, like you said, the founders and stuff are super committed to what they're doing on this. And they have an awesome artist who is in that same mindset. I don't know if you've been following Jess Rye over on Twitter, but dude, he's just heads down. It's for 2023. He's I'm ready to go. Hope you guys are too. So definitely a fun project. But yeah, did not expect it to maybe go as quick as it did. No pun intended on that. But yeah, it's cool to see for them. Very, very excited, because I think I still hold 10 of them right now. So we're playing the long game on Keyboard Warriors. Other projects
has been pumping too, bro. 420 Raccoon Syndicate, they've been pumping.
Dude, Raccoon's been
They have.
TJ's a big Raccoon fan over here on the channel. This is definitely one
of the
projects.
Me and Tommy.
Yeah. TJ. I like the Raccoon.
Out TJ.
Because he said it was his favorite project over on our end of the year stream. It's one of his personal favorites. He threw the Raccoon Syndicate out there. No, this is one of the ones where too, if you're a content creator or someone inside this space, don't put it past them that you guys sometimes we know better at some certain points, and Timmy did as well. He had a perfect combination with Kiyama to create this gamified experience that caters well to us over here, the hold to earn mechanic, where you don't need to do anything, just hold it in your wallet and let the game kind of come online. And now that they've minted all three of their tiers, these things are there's crazy variance in the prices of these things, especially if you start to get into some of the professions over there.
I think you see now people are really starting to build their team in a sense for what they want for the hold to earn. So that's why it's just flying off now.
Block, how about you on this? Do you hold some raccoons?
I do. He had given me some, and I've just been holding them. And I had minted some, sold some. I had gotten some generals and stuff like that was going high at the time, and I was like, okay, this is not a bad time. It'll be interesting. He's mirroring it off a project that was super successful in Ethereum, had something to do with wool, and it was something that did very well, a hold to earn game. And I think Timmy and Kiyama have been working really hard. And this project checks off a lot of boxes for me. I know Emmy in the chat, he's been telling me you got to check out Raccoon Syndicate more. You got to check them out more. So I'm interested to see economy is really interesting, balancing an economy, because with a gamified project like this, you not only have to do something that people enjoy, but you also have to have an economy that's sustainable. So I'm cautious sometimes with games, but depending on how they do things, this could be really well. You know, if they can pull off the economy and make it something that people want to actively do. I know it's kind of hold to earn, but you know, buying all the different NFTs and stuff.
It's interesting though too, because you're starting to see, like I said, big sales starting to come through finally. 8,888 over here. But cool little announcement, they are over here even a few days ago saying that they're still on track to release the game in Q1 of 23. So something that's like more in the now is still out there that they look forward to. And on top of that, the turnaround period that Kiyama is able to do some of these things. I don't know. When we got a chance to talk to her, she was saying that, they do like these seasons over there where essentially you're able to like earn items from the hold to earn mechanic. And if you're, want to upgrade it to your Kurt Raccoon or switch something out, you're able to do that in like I forget what it was, a 2-week period, something, whatever that little like intermission time is. And she can churn all those out real quick and then remit those NFTs out to you guys. So if they're able to execute that on a quick basis, I think that's a game changer too for that project, because the artwork alone, dude, no, all love to Timmy, but Kiyama is crushing for this project out there. Some of the highest quality artwork I've seen.
One of the things too for me is the traits they have. They're going to be each week or period is going to be a multiplier for it. So it's not one raccoon is essentially going to be better than the other outside of the 1.35, the 1.2 bonuses like that. So each week, a certain trait that you might think is a floor might actually be a bonus that week. So I love that they're going to be constantly changing what is going to be the multiplier, what is going to be the bonus during the game.
Yeah. And not to mention, Block, I don't know if you guys are getting any, they talked about doing some collabs with projects and things like that. I don't know, maybe we'll see a big in Raccoon Syndicate like collab week for holding jellies or something like that down the line, where you get the extra bonus points for certain things, for certain traits. Down there. I know he mentioned that.
Yeah, no, I remember him bringing that up. I'm sure we'll get something going. You guys are making me think I need to research. I need to like catch up with what's going on in the project, because like now that I'm thinking of it, it's like, hold up. Like it's kind of checking off all the boxes right now for me. I know that they went on a pump from like 250 this week, but I feel like they kind of have everything going on for them.
Absolutely.
Definitely one of the ones where it's a perfect, a good combo, because Timmy, who's also does some of the dev work for them too. Like he's got the content creation side down, he's got the dev work down. They've got a great artist that's committed to the project, and they've got a dope community of people over there. I know there's a lot of Ape Society holders too who are fans of that project. So really, like I said, it's one of the ones definitely to keep an eye on. And I think what we'll see in 2023 for sure is going to be the people who can get those gamification. The gamification NFTs are definitely going to be a huge hit in 23, because people are going to be bored with the no news of no new floor prices, or crypto still down in the markets, or it's tough right now. But if there's something that they can do in the meantime to pass the time and that's fun, and that relates to the project they're at, I think that's going to be a big target for gaming NFTs in 23 that are able to execute and deliver something for people to do.
Yeah, and 100%. It's interesting you brought that up, dude, because it's like, if let's say we're in a bear market for another 2 years, having different reasons for people to be in the Discord and pay attention to the project is a huge meta. Luckily for us, it's like people always come in the Discord because there's a purpose. Okay, you're getting information, you're getting plays, making money, whatever, right? Like I think a lot of projects, if you don't have people having a purpose to come into the Discord, then people get bored, they stop thinking about that project, and then it gets listed when they need money, right? So having different games like this where there's interaction and engagement and more than just, hey, here's a poker tournament, I think that's going to be one of the metas for sure.
Yeah, we're looking forward to some of these getting online, but Raccoon Syndicate's definitely the one over there that definitely don't sleep on that project. And Emmy's right. We need to go. I still need to even look back at it before like things get too crazy, right? We see how quick some of that stuff can change. Is even looking at today. Shout out to Mutants who had a crazy pump over the last few hours. Over 1,000.
All three of them too.
Yeah, over 1,000 ADA floor price right now. These guys, I feel like they've been on the cusp of this for a while too, because they've got so much stuff going on.
What 8 grand from that one too? Fuck me, shit.
This was one though. Early on, Block. Did you mint the Mutant Crocs early on before they ever had the staking and the whole platform up?
I don't know if I don't think I minted them. I did buy some just because I knew, because we were going to be staking Jellycubes with mutants, and then we decided to get way too complicated and custom with our staking. But when I had found out about it, they were around 200, 250 floor. I think the mice were under 200 as well. And I had bought up a decent amount. I'm still holding a decent amount of the mice. But yeah, I think Andy is just, that team are builders, man. Oh, yeah. I mean, like they just build and build and build. So it's crazy.
It was wild to see their run, like, because I had no idea about other, like, I sold my Croc early on after I minted a few of them and sold at like 70 right before they did their like announcement about like what their plans were for staking and before the toads had come out, and then they shot up to like a 400 like floor. And after that, I was kind of just like, damn, man, I played this one completely wrong. Like, I needed to really start diving into these instead of just like spam minting stuff. And then where they went from there, too, though. It was a different time. Because they were like November, maybe, 21, October, November of 21. Back October, then. Yeah.
That's when literally just minting everything that came out, getting rid of it immediately, on to the next one. Like, that was the game over a year ago.
Yeah. Now look at these guys. But their staking platform, dude, is really like revolutionized a lot of the space. For what they've done, they really made it popular for projects to go ahead and get in there, earn tokens, claim raffles, dude. Raffles. There's a bunch. Shout out to everybody over in our chat too, who's in here. I feel like everybody in our chat wins raffles, and I win nothing over there every time I try to do those.
Won like 3 of them.
Dude, Resin over there. Resin wins everything, dude. He all
right, calm down. You win everything, but yes, he wins a lot too.
He's the raffle master. People really underestimate those raffles sometimes too, though. Like, you can really get some cool stuff out of those. Their platform is dope.
Do we know if their platform just launched the non-custodial yet, or no? We do not know that. Is that why they're pumping?
They did an announcement about it, that they're close. I believe is what they said. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, they went ahead and actually said that in an announcement. Over non-custodial staking is near, almost done. Announcing soon that you're going to give them the option to remove. Yeah, so that's probably got some people really excited right now for that. I know us being obviously Mallet Order fans over here. It sucks not having your NFT sitting here, but it's really it's a really cool platform to be able to go ahead and do this. And then the raffles obviously are on another level. And it's also helped a lot of different projects inside the space have relevancy for those tokens, and actually probably be the main utility for their token that they have going on right now, is what it seems like. Block, have you done any of the raffles? Like, are you a fan of raffles? Is that a thing for you, or is that just something that's just another like?
Dude, I don't really do raffles because I'm just like, I'm gonna lose this shit, like it's kind of like donating money. Like I'm really unlucky with this sort of stuff. Like, I've learned that. So anything that's like super probability wise, like, I kind of avoid. But I think the platform is dope, and Andy actually gave us the green light to start raffling stuff too. So big shout out to him for that. So we're gonna figure out something to raffle on here, and have fun with it. So maybe we raffle some Jellycubes for the people that can't afford a whole Jellycube. Maybe you'll get lucky.
And it's crazy too, because the people who are in other projects that are earned this using maybe either Mutant or like Yummy or something like that, or Makasi or Derp, you're a big holder over there. All of a sudden, a Jellycube goes up for some Derp token. Boom! All of a sudden, you got a chance to play the game a little bit. And there's a bunch of people that go out in secondary on these different markets to just buy up the tokens just for the chance of trying to get these to be able to flip. So it's definitely another gamified approach to the NFT, like kind of gambling, like addiction a little bit. And it's fun. I never win this shit though, so I don't even enter at this point, but I probably need to start doing that.
I entered in the beginning a few of them, but I didn't obviously win. So I was like, I'm not doing that again.
It just feels like it defeating right there. But there's some people who are good at it, and there's people that have won like ape societies and mallards and all these other big and clay nations and stuff like that, and mutants obviously. But you imagine getting one of those off one of those little raffle tickets. Like that's the benefit and what people are excited for.
My little strat was like going to the ending soon tab and just seeing what's ending within the next few hours, just so I don't have to wait the whole 6 days or 7 days that some of these are listed for. Just so I know if I won or lost quickly.
I did not realize that you could buy tickets now for actual ADA. That is new.
Oh yeah, that's dangerous. That's what I was doing them a few weeks. That was 2 weeks ago I did that.
Oh, that is really dangerous.
Yeah, no, that's why we don't have our token, but he said, hey, you can raffle with ADA. So, and you know what? I'll say this too, bro. There are probably some times where if mathematically it's worth entering the raffle, if like depending on the value of the NFT and how many people entered. I haven't played around with it enough, but yeah, I'm sure that there's opportunities where it's actually like cost effective.
That is insane right there. Like somebody won, like they spent 600 ADA on tickets and won a space bug. Like
someone just lost a space over 600 ADA too.
That's the other thing too, is that's the scary part, is that you put that, you take that gamble by putting that up. So you better be a good marketer if you're doing the raffle. I'm spamming that thing everywhere. If I'm the guy who puts up like a rare NFT and it doesn't get enough like hits on it, you got to know your audience, know your times for sure. No, mutants are definitely one to obviously keep an eye out. I think once that non-custodial staking thing goes live as well, that is going to be a big game changer for them. And I know they were talking about doing an art rework, similar to like how Dirtbirds is doing their thing. So there's I think it's combining and deflationary, reducing the supply. I want to say for all those different projects, the 3 of them when we talked to Andy. I think that was right. He kind of showed off like a picture. It wasn't like necessarily the mutant croc, but it was something in the middle of all those different things. It was like a fire thing as far as the artwork goes. So very, very interesting on mutants. Big shout out to them. And I wish I would have paid attention to Rez when he was yelling at me when it was like 300, 400 ADA.
Have you seen that project? The was it the Weird Oz or Weirdos? I kind of like the art. They've been pumping today too the past few days. I know they minted out last week. I think they were 99 mint. And now they're 175. I kind of like them. They remind me of like an abstract Ore mob in a sense.
Yeah, it's just I did see these for a while. I know some people on our Discord went ahead and I don't know anything about the project. No, I
don't know anything about them either. I just know they were up there this week.
Yeah, Block. Did you guys talk about these guys at all?
Dude, I think they like minted at a time frame I wasn't paying it. A weird time frame. I don't know anything about this. I know one of the guys in the group was like bought some earlier today at like 140, 150. And he thinks that these are gonna do well. I don't really know. I don't really know anything about them. They look pretty cool. They look kind of like, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on a little bit. But they look cool.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy what pumps and what doesn't. And like I said, sometimes they're like these art projects that have a cool community behind them. Like I know they were getting hyped up for a while. This wasn't just like an out of the blue mint. I've been seeing them around for a while, and I know they finally dropped it out there. But it definitely says it's an art first project with token partnerships that earn holders tokens from partner projects. So that always seems to be like if you're an art project and you have a really cool artist and don't know where else to do with it from there, the token route does seem to be like the main utility factor that a lot of people do go with. I know we had that debate on that Twitter space of like, if you're an artist and you just want to release art, you feel the pressure to have to put some sort of utility behind it in order for it to do well inside this NFT market, outside of maybe like an anomaly like Aeonium Sky or something like that.
I know. I like that they were transparent though, that they were art first with the utility of the token. I mean, they were transparent with that. I like that. So I think if you come across as like showing that, no, it is your real art, not AI art, and it is just an art project at first, I think you could still build a decent community of people who just truly like art.
Yeah, absolutely. Also shout out to chat. I'm sorry, I'm like missing, there's so much stuff over here. But appreciate everybody over here hanging out with us over here. Jellycube in the building over here, guys. I've liked and subscribed to your channel. I'm biased to this week's guest. So shout out for the Jellycube fam coming over. Appreciate that. And obviously, Block, you got some fans over here. I see Blake. I see E46. Shout out to you for hanging out with us tonight. And then obviously we got Blake hanging out over here as well. Always good to see other content creators and people in the space showing up for these. So appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you got any other projects that you guys are looking forward to, definitely drop them over in the comments. And then stay tuned. We'll be going on for about another 35 minutes on. And at the end of the stream, we do have, I don't know how many we say, 10 big. Yeah, 10 big guest
10 in a row, or you want to do split up a little bit? What are you guys thinking?
We could do in 5 minutes. We could do 5 of them, raffle them off, and then do the last 5. Up to you guys. However you guys want to do it, we can have fun.
Might as well split it up so then the whole end isn't just straight up like
giveaway.
Yeah.
Type the word bread.
Yeah, right. So 5 minutes from now, hang out. We'll go ahead and we'll drop the first 5 big guest passes over there. Make sure to have screenshots kind of ready on your YouTube because we will be asking for those to go ahead and claim because we'll need your Discord name to send over to Block. On this top 10 over here, obviously Ape Society now at a 13,000 ADA floor. They've got so much in the works going through. I don't know where you want to go on this list over here. One that definitely stuck out to me, it was Tavern Squad over these last few weeks.
Big especially for you, Tommy.
Well, I still hold some Tavern Squad. I just don't hold as many as I want.
No, I mean, really, what the deal is, TJ, is everyone that holds a lot of these. Thank Tommy because it waited till he got out.
Exactly.
That's just how it works with our projects. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
any project I'm in,
I don't sell at the top.
Because I got out.
That's right.
I still hold, I think, 3 or 5, something like that.
Block like 49 at one point.
Yeah, so you had a lot though.
Maybe like 12. I think I have.
Okay, I think I had more than that. I thought you were in like 20 to 30s. Honestly.
No.
Me as well. Yeah. Okay.
But no, I was a big fan of Tavern Squad early on because I love the questing aspect of it. And I actually was doing like their games, like game days and stuff like that. I literally fell off because it was like I was big into like playing the game Destiny, which is always about logging in, doing bounties, and then kind of checking in, checking out kind of thing. So when they did their bounties and quests over on the website, I was a big fan of that early on for the leveling and stuff. And then I've been busy these last few months and just haven't really caught up as far as the questing goes. But now they actually have the raids and everything that are live. You've really seen this project start to come to life, which this is a project that went out and minted against Equine last year back in December that didn't sell out at all until January when they really caught some heat and it sold out the project and people got excited for it. And then it went all the way down into like a 20-something ADA floor. And here we are today at a 365 one, which it reminds me kind of like the story of like Derpers, where Derp was sitting back down to like a 50, 70 ADA floor. And then they shot up once all their stuff started to come online. These gamification projects, man, they got a lot of potential if they're able to execute and block up. Have you guys got a chance to do like VCs with these guys and really deep dive on them?
Yeah, so we haven't had a voice call with them yet. It's kind of funny. Whenever the biggest whale in our project had actually brought up Tavern Squad around like 2030 ADA months and months and months ago.
Yeah.
I hadn't bought in at the time. And then a couple months ago, or whenever it was, when they were around 70 ADA, I'd actually made a play in the Discord where I went over like 15 different projects that could be undervalued. And this was one of the ones on there. For whatever reason, I didn't buy them. I don't know why. I was just like, oh.
We do that a lot.
Yeah, like you kind of think they're undervalued and you're just kind of sitting there. So I'm glad that they've been shooting up though. The way they're doing their gamified staking in these raids is actually an idea that was similar to one I had, and to see like another project actually do it and see it successful so far, yeah, it's dope. I haven't participated yet though. I don't own any, but I'm glad that a project that's kind of not OG but has been building for a while is getting some love, because sometimes sometimes you get to a certain point of the project, there's no return. You just are, You're just in the dumps forever. Like you can never gain traction. You can make the coolest thing ever. No one cares. So I didn't know if Tavern Squad was there. So I'm glad to see they weren't.
Yeah, no, they've had some really good, like their founders are really like knowledgeable in the space. They have some really good dev work. I know they did Knackfish, and was it Jazzy? They helped Mallet Order with their first mint actually.
Yep.
So they've I know they've helped quite a bit of different people inside the space. So they've always had like the team and the tech there, and it just was a matter of like kind of building out the actual idea of what they were doing. And you know, those kind of ideas for games, when somebody says they're going to do like a gamified experience, those don't just happen overnight. So it took these guys almost a year to pretty much get their platform online. But it's been really cool to see that now that it is where it is, people have kind of responded to it and are definitely taking a look at it. But big shout out to Tavern Squad too, for sticking it out, especially in the bear market, and knowing what they had to get where they're at today, which is really cool. I need to go out and actually do some raids. I just haven't got a chance to connect my wallet out there and put my guys out there on a little adventure.
So for the raids, what are you getting? Are you getting like, what are you getting? Their token? Are you getting ADA? Are you getting, what are you getting?
I believe you get their I forget the name of the token now. I'm so out of the loop now. I'll pull it up while I'm sitting here on the side, but I do believe it is their token. And then I don't know if it's the actual ADA prizes, like actual ADA you get from it, but I know there's certain things and resources and I'm trying to think of different like questing items that you're able to get through to earn to eventually craft and do certain. I don't know if it's like Ape Society kind of deal. But there's different like crafting and stuff that you'll be able to do from some of the stuff you collect on raids that I don't know later you'll be able to sell or what. I do need to dive deeper back into it because I haven't got a chance to actually raid yet myself. Maybe somebody in chat can kind of go about and get into it a little bit deeper. Yeah, I guess.
Well, said he finished his 50th one today, so I'm very curious.
He said, he said off-chain fragments.
Okay. Off-chain fragments is what you get. Yeah, so here's some of the stuff inside there as far as like let's see. Yeah, so you get different attributes, classes do different buffs, and then I don't know, I'll have to go back through and dig through this stuff, but yes, they did say something about crafting and stuff up here as well.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes, Craig, Blake has been a guest a few times actually on the show.
Yeah, dude, shout out to Blake over there. Cool. Well, yeah, shout out Tavern Squad. Everything they got going on, that's definitely a project you should definitely keep an eye on if you guys haven't already. I think we've gone through most of these sitting over here on the top 10. Big surgeons actually from Nifty World, which is actually interesting. I saw somebody mention Clumsy Ghost, Raising Teens jumped out of nowhere today up there. So there's some definite new projects that have really started to pump inside this market. It feels like we started off 2022 last year. Like that was like our first title of our podcast. It was like CNFT Bull Run, and which is really when Chilled Kongs and Boss Cat really went wild, and JPEG Store really took off and got to the forefront where it brought other users in from other chains. We're sitting here at close to almost 2 million ADA in volume too, which is definitely almost doubled what it's been over the last like few weeks. Block, what is your kind of overall like market like analysis of what we're seeing right now? Is there any reason, a catalyst for where are these buyers and more volumes coming in, or is it strictly prices are cheap right now and Christmas just happened, so people are buying some stuff right now?
Dude, so I actually like thought about this recently. I think there was a couple of reasons. Like, reason number one was that December, because it had a bunch of holidays, there weren't a lot of new mints that happened. Like, you had TCC, Lending Pond, but there weren't really any that had a lot of ADA with it. Yeah. And I think because of that, people kind of had less money going into mints and more money to go into the market. So I think that's one. Two, a lot of people were selling their NFTs to harvest losses on their taxes, and they had to wait. They wanted to wait to rebuy until the start of the new year. So I think there were people on the sidelines for that. And three, probably I do think there's new liquidity coming in. I don't know if you guys pay attention to Solana at all, but Frank is the owner and founder of DGods and Utes. Mm-hmm. They announced that they're leaving Solana. Yep. Mm-hmm. And Utes is going to Polygon, and they got like a ridiculous amount of money. Mm-hmm. And then DGods is going to Ethereum. Mm-hmm. And I think there's people on Solana that are like, all right, Solana's been getting absolutely hammered in this market, destroyed. And now the top project, and I don't give a crap what Frank says, he is leaving for a reason.
Oh, 100%.
And I think it was, and it went on a random pump today, but he left for a reason. And I think that there's going to be people from Solana that are like, okay, well, Cardano is still 10 times less in volume, and they haven't had this same issues.
Right.
so to speak. So, and we still have royalties.
Yeah.
Which is also a benefit, even though some people don't believe that. But
this chart right here just kind of tells you all you need to know in the last 3
Yeah.
months of where this is kind of fallen from, which the market in general has been tough, but this is nothing like this. I remember Solana when it was during that summer pump of 21, when it was like $150 or whatever it was. And it was just like, damn, I missed out on that. And it was like, God, to see where it went from there to here is just, it almost feels like that pump and dump kind of like mentality of some of those coins, where not to say that there wasn't good stuff about Solana, but there obviously that centralization and that VC, like that, with that image that it created of, hey, there's a bunch of money here and it's going to be this best thing, and all of a sudden when they leave, it disappears, dude, and then everything goes with it. And then obviously the FTX thing didn't help them at all, and that was a huge catalyst event for Solana as well. Yeah, dude, craziness over there as far as like but we're getting back to like, the market overall for Cardano side of stuff. So yeah, you were saying that those were some catalyst events and stuff for people jumping over into this space right now, which I do agree.
And I do want to say with Solana too, it actually like went to 250 at one point, and like, Cardano and a lot of other coins have been going down as well, but like Solana popped off. I think it was like 250, unless I'm tripping. I might be tripping.
Dude.
Oh, go to all time real quick.
I'm trying the year date. There we are. Okay. Yeah. See, 250-ish. Yeah, right there. Yeah. November of last year, it was sitting right up there. I'm terrible with the mouse right there. You go. 11/7/21.
Crazy. And I think like the reason Solana popped off was because Ethereum gas fees were crazy. True. And NFTs were blowing up, and Solana kind of came out and were like, yo, no gas fees. And like they really captured that NFT market. A lot of their volume or TVL was actually faked. They found out about it. They were manipulating their TVL. Most of the volume and price increase of Solana was simply because of the NFTs. Yeah. And now that NFTs have kind of taken a hit, and like Solana's just been, in a sense, kind of like losing market share and momentum with their NFT marketplace, this is what happens now. Yeah. And I think it was a smart move by Frank, in my opinion.
I agree. He knew something. That guy's he's not stupid at all. He knows his shit. And when you saw him make that move, you had to assume that he knew and has been talking to some people for a while. The Polygon thing, I wish, like, obviously it would have been awesome to see somebody come over to Cardano that way. And I still think we'll start to see some of that stuff down the road here.
That would have been a big one though.
But yeah, to get Polygon, like I said, it's a brand new. I just feel like they're farther along. They've got so many big partnerships with this Web2 brands out there that it makes sense for, there could be a big run over there, especially with new money coming in, or big money coming in. Long term, though, I don't know. We'll see. A lot of people try to say that Polygon is similar in the way that Solana it has done its cycle, that Polygon will go through something similar down the line. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that, but I don't agree with that at all. I still think that Cardano, for me, obviously is why we do it over here, is going to be the platform you want to be on long term as time goes on.
I'll say for Polygon, though, I think that blockchain has a really good gaming team behind them as far as who's running it. That guy Fwiz used to be the head game for YouTube, so he's on Polygon now. So I know they're going to try to really bring gaming to the NFT world with Polygon a little bit more than maybe some of the other blockchains, even our own blockchain, honestly.
Yeah.
So I think that having him on that team is really an asset.
It's gonna be interesting, man. Have you explored at all Polygon NFTs, Block?
I haven't gotten to the NFTs. At one point, like when I was getting into DeFi, when DeFi started like being a thing, I had gone on Polygon and like did some of their farming, yield farming. I haven't been on Polygon since then. I think one thing that Polygon does well that I hope Cardano can do better is get those institutions on board. And I was talking to someone in the CF, and they're like, oh yeah, we would never give $6 million to an NFT project. And I'm not saying that was the right move. That's what Polygon did for Frank. Don't quote me on 6 million.
Yeah, I've heard that though. Yeah, same.
I've heard that a lot. It's one of those things where like, if you look strictly on an ROI basis, the amount of volume and money and TVL that could have really gone to Cardano is up there. And I think that sometimes the Cardano Foundation and just like the leadership of Cardano could do better when it comes to really getting institutions on board. And I was saying to one of the guys that was in the CF, I was like, this needs to be a priority over the next 3 to 5 years. You need to get these major institutions building on this blockchain. And, you know, what is the incentive? And I think that's what Polygon kind of did. He said, hey, our NFT market might not be as good as Cardano, but we'll give you $6 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk.
And whether that's the right or wrong approach, it's giving them, now they're about to get some results, in my opinion, you know?
Oh, 100%.
Instant gratification for sure.
Yeah, I would like to. I've seen that a bunch with like the Cardano Foundation, just alone of people is complaining like, hey, you have this foundation that's there to go ahead and support, you know, the overall ecosystem that you guys hear. And obviously, you can't ignore NFTs. Like Cardano really took off last year during that run up to $3, largely in part to the transactions from NFTs. So to ignore that would be stupid. And we did see Charles and them over there at CNFT Con and Rare Balloon and stuff. So they're definitely taking an interest into it. And obviously with Play Nation and stuff, they can see the benefit. But I would love to see them, like you said, support and throw some money at this to go ahead and, like you said, brand and really try to capture some of those partnerships. Because as soon as you get some big names over here that and they start to see the technology for what it is, dude, like you said, that sky's the limit for this. We're all waiting for that day. But we are hurting ourselves in the short term by not taking advantage of those opportunities and letting these other blockchains get them.
I agree. I think what you just said there is the biggest thing is like we need the big names or big corporations to get over here to really start seeing the price increase as far as us just recycling the money on this side too. I mean, because people go to Ethereum or even Solana because they'll see a bigger return because it's bigger money you're playing with. Over here, it's just it's cheap. It's 25 cents now. So I mean, it's not as much of a return for someone if you're playing with 25 cents versus you're playing with $1,000 just to buy in.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. This lag is killing me.
You're good.
Yeah. No. What I was saying is, so I had reached out to them, and I hope they do this. I said, okay, you guys have like your CF, you're trying to do different things. A lot of the guys are really techie, but they're not into the NFT side of things. Why not build out a second division or a separate division that is all focused on developing the NFT ecosystem, and they can allocate a portion of their resources, whether that's ADA or whether that's, talent, devs, whatever the case is, to help build out the NFT ecosystem. And what they can do is they can basically onboard leaders that are already in the NFT space that understand it more to basically help guide the overall direction and allocation of these funds. So whether that's Congo from Ape Society, the Clay Nation founders, maybe you get some Blake from JPEG Store. You kind of get a mix of different project owners that are in alpha or DeFi or gaming or community branding, whatever the case is. And I think that with those resources, we could really do some big things to the space. Because the problem, like you said, TJ, is exactly why you nailed it on the head. Why launch on Cardano or why build a brand on Cardano when you can make way more money and get way more following on a different chain? The reason that I did it and the reason y'all are doing it wasn't because we make more money short term. It was more so because we believed in the ideologies and the long-term potential of Cardano. But a lot of people, they're going to be like, hey, I'm getting paid $6 million over there, and I'm going to get 10 times the funding, and I'm going to get 20 times the following. And they're going to incentivize it. So it's like we need something to like make people like really want to build on this chain.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree 100%. And, it's great that when stuff comes online here, we see the benefits of like the decentralized approach and the long-term approach that Charles and them have taken. It's great that we do that. And obviously the FTX thing for Cardano actually was a positive in my opinion, because it showed the need for the decentralization and how Cardano wasn't really affected by that. And the power of us not being on those exchanges and not taking that VC the money the way that these other chains have. It shows the longevity of the product. The problem is we live in a world that wants instant gratification. And right now, that doesn't seem attractive to them, like you said. But if we can find a way to encourage that, or at least stimulate that in some sense, with the funding that they've been given out there from the, it would be great to really kind of bridge that gap a little bit. We totally skipped over the giveaway at 10:30. So as we get close over here, let's go ahead and do the first 5 of those, and we'll end the stream with the last 5. Block, we'll do the Nightbot over here in chat to make this easy. We like to do keywords over here in the chat. Block, maybe I don't know if you need to type it in the private chat, or if you want to go ahead and just let us know what would be a fun keyword for you to go ahead and do this first giveaway here.
Dude,
Easy enough. But yeah, 100%. Shout out to let me put this over in chat here. All right. Oh, my bad. TJ, you got it over there?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Woo. So we're gonna do 5 of these the Block big guest passes over here. And Block, maybe you could do a quick explanation of what these are. Everybody, exclamation point taco will get you entered in for this. 5 winners.
Oh, wait, sorry. You asked for, I was just looking at all the tacos. I thought you accidentally typed it in there because I haven't done this before.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, dude, you literally typed the word.
No, this will get everybody entered in to go ahead and do that. So what can people expect with the guest pass from Big? Like what does it entail? And what was like you said, the reasoning, obviously, to get experience for people to get into the Discord?
Yeah, so I mean, basically what will happen, you just open up a ticket in our Discord. Once you win, we'll give you a role that will last for a week, and you're going to be able to see pretty much everything that BIG members see. There's a couple channels you won't see in a couple categories, but for the most part, you get the full experience. Whoever wins, make sure to join, go into the BIG chat and just say what's up to everyone.
Yes.
And, I don't know, it's cool. You just kind of get like a taste of it, and you get to meet people. Yeah.
Also, you guys want the information over there 100%. It is a great place to connect with people. You'll see some of the biggest people in the CNFT space out in there. And there's every kind of channel you guys need to go ahead and get some sort of info that will probably benefit you in some way, or at least help educate you guys a little bit further. So it is definitely something you guys definitely want to take a look at, especially if you can't get it down the current floor price.
Plus, just a ton of people in the community, just good time, like resources to, good people to know, people that are fun to hang out with, interact with on Twitter, get to know, kind of get to be a part of some of those groups as you interact more in those spaces.
100%. And we've got the Discord over there up for everybody. Perfect on the last. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that works. Okay, so
64 people in here and 34 eligible. Maybe some people are Jellycube holders too, so give them all like 5 more seconds.
Yep. Last few seconds over here for everybody. Exclamation point taco will get you this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Congrats to Spicy Bike. Am I doing 5 for this one, right?
5 for this one. So okay, let me go ahead and Spicy Bike. I'm trying to write all these over here. So here's your number 1. Congrats.
Okay.
Keep going, TJ.
Deco. Congrats to Deco.
There you go. Congrats. Number 3.
Chris Edwards. Congrats to Chris Edwards.
Alrighty. Number 4.
Resin, congrats, bro.
There you go.
Jeez, there you go.
Wouldn't have been a giveaway without him.
Dude, the raffles, bro. He wins all of them.
I'm telling you, this guy, he's a winner of everything, dude. You just need him around you for good luck.
Michael the Clerico.
There you go.
Nice. And just open up a ticket in the Discord, guys. So Deco's already in the group, I believe.
Okay. So if Deco's already over there, what we could do
just
is
run one more.
Yeah, we'll allocate it to the last part of the giveaway over there. Or if we could just do it right now, I guess it doesn't matter.
Right now, it's already up. Yep,
yeah, that's fine.
Decolonize Cardano.
Alrighty. There it is. Perfect.
Colonize. Sweet.
Cardano. All right, guys. Congrats. Like you said, make sure you guys are over in the Block Investment Group and go ahead and open a ticket. They'll go ahead and get you guys sorted for that. Is there anything else they need to do on our end? They need to set a screenshot or anything of their name I don't know. Yeah, that'll probably be the best way, right? Just so they can prove who they are.
Yeah. If you just want to send a screenshot, I'm gonna give the mod team the list as well so they can cross-check.
Okay, cool. All right, so congrats to the 5 winners. You guys will be able to get that role updated as soon as they get a chance to do that and get you guys the experience over there inside the Block Investment Group. We got about 10 minutes left here. We'll do that final giveaway at the top of the hour. It's 2 hours, man. It flew by, right?
Really Block's got a lot of good information in here. You know what I mean? I could just sit here and like, just take it away, Block. You got it.
Okay.
Dude, honest to God, the last 15 seconds cut out.
But nothing important was said, dude.
We said a lot, bro. Come on.
Dude, I missed everything. Nah, dude, it has been a quick call though, man. It's always fun. Like, it's always fun doing this, dude.
I know. That's why we need to get another CNFT con organized for 23. Get all Thor, Blake, Atlantic.
You're organizing a
Chronicles.
CNFT con?
Me and live.
Yeah, CNFT con.
Doing a whole convention yourself?
Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. CNFT live, bro. I'm sitting there reading chat and all kinds of stuff. But yeah,
bro,
CNFT live.
Let's do it. Like we need to next month or something. After this month is over, I'm good.
Oh, yeah. We should maybe set that up. I would love to do one maybe like every quarter at least, so we get at least 4 a year.
Beginning of March, first weekend. I'm free.
Oh, okay.
Dude, we can get so many giveaways going. It's crazy. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Now, when you think about what we did back then, can you imagine now with everything that we have going on? That would be such a fun spot. And I think, though, we've seen the importance of like getting everybody in one spot, how that can kind of help grow and bring the community together. Like, even when Farmer Nash did his space, when he got, I don't forget, there's like 1,200 people in there when he brought all the big projects over there. So you can imagine what we can accomplish, especially bringing people into that, and especially on the live, like rotating or doing whatever we want to do. But 100%, we should definitely petition in our little group chat over there to go ahead and continue to do that. CNFT con too, I know that'll be a lot of fun this year. Block, are you guys doing like any kind of meetups or anything outside of the CNFT con? Obviously, I'm assuming you guys plan to be there. I know we got a chance to briefly meet when we were out there. Definitely plan on doing things a little differently this year, I think, too. Just how to like organize our time out there, because I feel like there's such like chaos going on. I had no idea where to focus at all.
Yeah, dude, I barely saw you guys too. I know we said what's up, but I didn't really like get to hang out with y'all. So
I didn't even get to see at all. I think when I was there,
I don't think so, man. I think I saw Tommy. Was your girlfriend there? Someone's
girl. Yeah, my fiance.
Yeah,
my fiance was there. She was taking video over there for us. She filled in for. She was the other Tom that weekend. So Tom had just got a new job, so he was. Yeah,
I was actually in Boston for the end of that weekend too.
Yeah,
I had to
there you go. Blake over here, he's volunteering to host a CNFT con, or CNFT con. I keep saying that. It's going to be CNFT con, CNFT live. But yeah, no, dude, that was a lot of fun to go ahead and meet everybody over there. It was just like you said, chaotic. So I think this year, maybe we'll just better organize ourselves. And who knows where everybody will be at that time. But I can imagine this year is going to be a ton of fun, especially knowing like the venue and what to expect. I'm really excited for that.
Heck yeah, too. And I think we should have a table. Like, I feel like I love being able to walk around, but I mean, we got to have a table this time. So maybe I'll do some shifts with people.
Yeah, I think if anything, we'd be willing to go ahead and like get a shared booth, or if anything, that way, like you got a place to post up, but if you want to walk around, you can still do the same. Because there was like a time and a place where I was like, damn, I really want to like set up somewhere, but I don't really have. We tried doing it with Q over there, but it was just like, I felt bad like dumping all our stuff over on his booth. But yeah, going into like I guess wrapping up over here, anything that you like any personally inside this space right now that you're like optimistic about, or are you kind of just in build mode for Jellycubes, for Block Investment Group, or are you really thinking this year could be a huge year for Cardano and NFTs just in general, outside of just not maybe price, but just overall exposure and growth for the actual space?
Yeah, man, first and foremost, like I am excited to like build and like be a project that will hopefully build cool stuff. I think overall in the space though, just all these different projects I've been talking to, it seems like right now, like the average project is so much higher quality than like in a normal bull market. And we're starting to see some innovation, dude. Like there's already been a couple projects this past 2 weeks we've had on for a call. I'm like, oh my gosh, like guys are doing something different. One of the projects, they're building beehives with the funds and selling the raw honey. And, you know, like then you have another project, like making a whole entire star database. Like there's so many cool things that are starting to come out. So I'm just excited to see what does, because if you're building in this type of market, you're probably going to be more knowledgeable, you're going to have more experience, your intentions are probably a little bit better. So I'm just excited to see like what all gets developed. And I don't know where the market's going to be pricing wise, but it is nice to see like Cardano is getting better and better as time goes on, from what I've noticed.
Oh, 100%. Like I feel like this market, as harsh as it is forcing the innovation and the creativity that people are really having to do right now in order to get noticed and be relevant and compete with the projects that have had the time and the funds during the times when it was good to compete even with them. You know, unless you're an out of the box project or that has something different about you or something that stands out. I mean, the projects that mint, we've seen it in the last few months. Some of the ones that just mint, boom, and they're gone and they get lost in the shuffle. But it's pretty cool because it's also forcing people to go ahead and really try something new and really push the space forward, which is cool.
I agree. It forces them too to kind of get themselves out there more within the project themselves, and then also as the founder or the artist. So the quality that's coming out overall is just getting better and better.
Jelly rug.
That's
dude,
what I was laughing at over there. I was just like,
this year, that's the move.
Hey, are you guys doxed with the Block Investment Group service over there?
Dude.
Doxing service? But no, man, I agree. I think it's going to be a fun year. I think we're all in the same boat of the mentality of that. I'm not expecting ADA to go back up to $2-3 anytime soon. I think we do have a while and some tough roads ahead of us, and I don't even think we've really hit the bottom where this is truly going to go. There's a lot of stuff that's next year that's going to be tough to challenge through, but the people who are here and see the long-term goal, like I said, there's so much opportunity, and I do feel like this is a spot that you want to position yourself in, and also have a try right now on other blockchains. Like I said, if you're Ethereum 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, was so hard to get into because of the fees for everything that you wanted to do, even to make a transaction for a novice, was scary, man. You don't want to spend hundreds of dollars and risk losing that, to where now you can get over there and spend a couple bucks on a fee and test out what the minting experience is like over there, or just what the trading experience is. So you could become well versed and rounded. It's a good time to go ahead and just experiment and have some fun without the expectation of this thing is going to the moon anytime soon, which is kind of nice to kind of have that feeling a little bit.
What do you guys think the bottom is going to be? What the number is going to be for Cardano, at least? I'm not saying all crypto, just Cardano. What do you think the bottom is going to be?
Ooh,
that's tough, man.
It's hard to know because I keep thinking we're done going lower, and then we go lower. And I mean, dude, like I can't predict short term, but I will say long term, whether that's 2 years, 3 years, we're gonna be higher than now, hopefully.
Yeah.
hopefully,
right?
So bottom predicting though, I mean, dude, who knows?
It's
I hope it's this, right? You hope it's this now. You hope you start seeing a slow uptick of shit.
And
you hope.
Just weird, in a weird calm phase though. I'm just like, it's okay right now. Like I just know this is what it is, and you're just
the process.
Yeah, it's just you got to go through the hard times to get to the better. And I've seen a lot of talk recently too about like, hey, we expect, because we've been through these market cycles so much, that we expect it to hit during a certain time where there may be a new trend, a new market at that time. The bull market as we know it may not be as volatile as it was the last go around, where it may be a little, it'll still continue to gradually go up, but it may not be as such a big, huge rise as we see, because people also now kind of know what to expect. We've had some years in this space.
Actually, yeah.
It may not be what you envisioned it of, like, hey, we have to go back to the all-time high because we're in the bull run, right? It may go approach that slowly, and then eventually there may be a day where it takes off. But either way, if you plan to be here long term, I think positioning yourself now it will pay off long term in the future. It's just a matter of what are you here for and what are your entry and exit goals. Like having an investment strategy is key. So
yeah, and like, dude, I made the mistake 2017 of getting into crypto, selling when things were crashing. I mean, not paying attention. Like, I'm not making that same mistake. We are in such an emerging industry that's going to disrupt how we do things in so many different ways. And even, you know, you can say 20 cents, 30 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents. Yeah, it'd be nice buying at the bottom, but like long term, dude, I really think that we have a long ways to go. Yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. It's cool. It's gonna be fun to see it evolve. We're cool that we're here now, watching it and being a part of this and help building this ecosystem, which is still so early. Yeah, dude, Block. Also, huge shout out to you for jumping onto the channel tonight. I know you're busy with everything that you guys got going on, especially with the mint upcoming. But want to wish you all the best of luck with that. Shout out to your community for showing up here tonight with us, and thank you for everybody tuning in over here for the last 2 hours. It's been a lot of fun.
And real quick, if you guys are enjoying the show, enjoying the content, please give it a thumbs up and a nice subscribe. We appreciate it.
There you go. And if you're not out there following Block too, for whatever reason, make sure to go ahead and check out his YouTube channel. He still, when he does get into his videos over here, dude, they're so much fun to watch. Catch up what you got going on. So
I love the poses, Block. I love them.
Dude. I know,
dude.
That's some.
We talked with Thor. I remember about that. Where he's just like. Hey, that's an art form right there, dude.
There you go.
Hey, dude, you got to strike the poses. Hey,
get the
algorithm.
Work the algorithm. Yep. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yes.
You might think he busted out this week on the podcast thumbnail.
That's hilarious. We need to get.
We're all gonna do
it. Dude, I know your views are gonna go up 5x, dude.
Let's do
it. I just like.
That's so funny, dude.
Dude, but thank you guys for having me on, dude. It's an honor. Thank you guys for giving the time for me to talk a little bit more about Jellycubes, and you know, it's always a pleasure to come on here, bro. Like, thanks for making the time so last minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate you coming last minute. We're like, oh, hey, you free on Monday? Come on the show. It worked out perfect.
Oh, I think, this is a lot of fun when we get a chance to catch up. Because like you said, the CNFT lives were a great way to go ahead and get everybody together. But this is even more fun sometimes when we get a chance just to kind of deep dive and just chill a little bit. It's no pressure. It's just the conversation, us talking CNFTs and just enjoying what we do. There is one last giveaway we do have over here. I know J-Hub was asking about it. We're going to transition this one. I think Blocky said maybe we want to go over to Twitter for this to get a little bit of engagement that way.
Yeah. I think it would be awesome for you guys as well as us to just run this last one on Twitter, you know, and do some cool giveaway with that.
Dude, absolutely. Well, we want to run it off this tweet here because we've got you guys, everybody's all tagged inside this right now, and it's a link to the stream, so that'll put people back to the video itself here tonight if they did get a chance to mint out or watch it. I'm sorry. How do we want to run this, guys? We're going to chat. Do we want to do a like or a retweet? And keep it pretty short and simple over there. And then we'll run a nice little Twitter picker for 5 guests over there. Because there's only 22 likes on here, which is criminal for what we've got going on. So we've had at least 60-something people
in there, though, too, to make it more unique to people that are actually in the show now.
Perfect. Okay, so let's do that then. Keyword, let's run taco in there one more time. You need to comment taco and like and retweet. And we'll go ahead and put that in there, and then we'll
make sure you're following everyone that's tagged on there.
Yes, so that will be. I'll run the Twitter picker over there.
All that.
Yep, this is the tweet. It's over there. That doesn't help you guys at all. I tried to share it over there. It is over here, dropped into chat right now. We'll give you guys a couple minutes, and it's just while we go ahead and wrap this up. Yeah, man, I had a lot of fun. It's fun to be back for 2023 right now. There's so many fun, unique things that we want to go ahead and do inside this space. I know us, we just had a big planning announcement over on the F35 Discord we took the last week off from the podcast and kind of restructured a little bit about what our goals and plans are for our show this year. So bringing that up, I guess we allow everybody to go ahead and do that. I'll kind of pull that up and just give you guys a little bit of a update on what we got going on in case you guys missed this. But shout out to the AI art, dude. I got a little creative. Finally did some AI prompts over there. I totally take advantage to the marketing, dude.
Yes, sir.
Tom was on holiday out there. I figured I would go ahead and throw a little post up in the meantime, because I got to get Gordon out there. He doesn't work overtime for us. So yeah, no, it was dope to get a chance to really utilize that technology, because it's going to be big inside this space. But big things for
real quick, Tommy. Sorry, like and retweet, but also write or comment taco on the post to be eligible.
Here, TJ, maybe we're gonna write that in the chat and then pin it to the top. So while we're sitting here talking about that, but yeah, dude. So we kind of like outline what we got going on for the year. If you guys are fans of us, you might have seen us in the announcements. If you guys do not know what we have going on, we don't have the Jellycubes. We don't have a big project that we're announcing right at the moment, but we do have some updates for everybody who is a fan of us over in our Discord. And if you guys are not there, it's pinned at the top of this chat. But we're pretty much redoing our entire Discord right now, working on new roles, new games, all kinds of different channels, working to shrink it down a little bit and get rid of the mess, but also kind of focus some stuff, because when OG 2.0 for our original people that missed out early in February of last year. So revamping that. And we did say this, we're going a Twitter space route with you, the way you've done it also, Block. We're doing a podcast instead of the last one that we do on Spotify and Apple every Friday. We're dropping that at the end of every month, and we're doing a weekly Twitter space on Wednesday starting.
We're thinking about calling it Big Wednesdays. What do you think?
Big Wednesday.
I don't know.
I thought we were doing 35 blocks.
35 blocks. That's good.
35 blocks.
It's actually my mixtape coming out next month.
Yo, I'm down to. Are you guys doing it this Wednesday?
We're doing it the 25th, the last Wednesday of every month. Is yes. So we'll do it, and if it evolves and gets a little more popular, maybe we'll figure something out. But for now, that's the goal, and it also kind of gives Tom and us a little bit of a week off on the editing for some stuff, because it does get very time consuming doing this every single week. So it's a good way for us to connect with Twitter, but will also be a good way to bring guests and stuff in too, for anybody who wants to kind of what we did a little bit tonight, bring that to Twitter and get some more engagement. So that'll happen. And then right after that, we're doing game nights the following night after that live stream, where we'll get a chance to jump in. We all got new PCs. We'll be hanging out, getting some actual like gameplay over in the Discord channel here, and just be a way to connect with us. So that'll happen every day after the live streams, the Twitter Spaces. And outside of that, we're monetizing the channel finally. We're working to get that set up with the bank account finally, so that'll happen for us. So if you guys want to subscribe, we'll have some unique perks and emojis, little fun things like that for YouTube. That's just happening hopefully this month, and then later down the line we have merch, different t-shirts, things like that will be dropping for you guys if you guys want to support us that way, or just fans of that. We got some partnerships and things like that we're still in talks with, and then maybe we'll, like I said, we'll talk to you guys a little bit later in the year about that. And then down the line, some sort of a founders NFT that we're working in development right now, that we've kind of early talks on what we want to do with that, but hoping to launch that Q3 of 2023 to kind of get our foot into the NFT game, that we've been doing this for almost 2 years by that time when it drops. So there's some big plans for us if you guys are not tuned into what we're doing, but definitely want to leverage growing the show, growing our brand, and partnering up with some of the awesome content creators like Block and other projects that are out there.
Absolutely. Let's do the Twitter picker.
Yeah, let's go ahead and run this. Let me get out of the share screen so I can actually move to that. Well, how many we got? We got, oh, dude, somebody's going to have some great chances to go ahead and get in here on this. We're up to 45 retweets over here. So let's go ahead and run Twitter picker. I'm sorry, guys.
I love how you guys just have music in the background. Like it definitely. Has this been going on the whole time?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, 100%.
I need to start doing this in my videos, man.
It's just a great way to like when like there's we're lucky because we got 3 of us, so it's not just like one person doing a video. But yeah, every now and then it's just like you get that dead zone and it's just like, fuck, all right, just like a little awkward pause, like just get a nice little like beat. Sometimes you catch something in the background too. All right, so I'm gonna load this up over here. If anybody has not gotten in, you've got literally about 10 seconds to go ahead and get your tweet in for this giveaway. And let me load this up. Sorry.
It's
Okay.
actually been a better playlist tonight too. Usually play some whack music.
100%. All right, I'm gonna share screen for you guys so everybody can see what we got going on here. All right, can you guys see this?
Yes.
All right,
we
perfect.
can.
All right, let's get this going over here. So let's load up the tweet,
A lot of
and we're
work
gonna
there,
run.
Tommy.
Huh?
A lot of work sharing and shit, huh?
Bro, I forgot how this was, dude. So when I didn't have my PC, when I was,
Awful.
dude, it's fucking tough out here
I
trying
hate
to
it.
run all this at once with everybody.
So glad to give it to
I don't know
you.
how you guys do this with one with like one person, dude. I really don't understand how you do that on these live streams. That'd be the most stressful thing in the world for me. Like, Block, do you like when you're running live streams? Do you ever feel like the pressure to just be like, "Holy shit, this is way too much for us"?
Especially if something doesn't start working.
Yeah. All right,
dude. I mean, my internet's so trash right now. I haven't done a live stream in a minute, but
Why is it bad? Is it
hosted-
your area or is it?
dude, I mean, like where my computer's at, like I can't plug into a fiber net port, so it's I'm on Wi-Fi, and like usually I get like 30 megs, which isn't great, but it's doable. But something about the bandwidth just can't handle the streams.
All right, guys. Well, here we are. 45 people have qualified for this over here. We got 5 winners, and we are drawing them right now. Oh man. What? Oh, guys, did we break it?
Try it again.
New high score?
Yeah, I think we just broke it. I have no idea what just happened right there.
Load tweet.
Were they following all of the things?
That could be the thing. Yeah, I put so you guys need to be following Block, the Block group, as well as us. If you guys aren't, then
shit, is there wasn't enough then to follow the stipulations there. That's
so
probably
maybe
what-
just
maybe we
get rid
should-
of Block is hot and then do just the Block group in those two.
Okay, we'll reload that then
See,
for everybody. All right, 46 entries over there. Let's try this one more time, guys. All right, we got 46 this time. So let's see. We're not going to show the rejected. We're just going to show our winners. Boom. There we go. Oh, I accept.
Wow,
hey guys, perfect. I didn't. I mean, I retweeted it earlier from our thing. That's hilarious that I won that.
Oh, did you write the word taco in there too?
No, I just need to go back and see if they wrote the word taco over there. Because there's no like stipulation for that. But these are.
I
our
think
winners
Mad Cow's in our Discord, but yeah.
Well, I know Jerry's in here, and I think Dabs Vader is in the chat right now. Both of them are in the chat.
Let's double check over here for guys. The Twitter thing is always a tough way to go ahead and do this. Over here.
Hold on, you guys might not have missed it. Yeah, there might be a chance here.
We may just run the last couple over here in Discord if that didn't work out the way we needed it to. You got all right. Yeah, there's a bunch of people in here. Dabs Vader. Dabs Vader is good. Jerry is good. Who else do we have? Me. I'm gonna give mine away to somebody in here on stream because I'm not gonna take one of these wins right here. That we had Wacky and Mad
I'll take
Cow.
it out of hand.
Tom's got it for us. Yeah, I don't see any of the other two over there, so it looks like we need to run.
Yep.
How many? 3 more?
Redraw 3. Just click on the thing. Redraw for both those.
Right
there, no, right there. Redraw right there to the right.
What are you talking about? Oh, redraw. Gotcha.
Yeah. O-side. Congrats, bro. Good job.
Boom. O-side is 1.
Chat.
Us, Kirk the Gray us. Okay.
Check that one. Redraw Mad Cow. J-Hub, congrats, bro. Good shit.
There you go.
Let's check the Kirk the Gray one real quick.
Well, do you gotta check everybody on this, huh? God, this is a
right.
lot. There's O-side. All right. There's J-Hub.
I saw J.
All right. Last one is where is he? Is he in here?
I don't think I saw that one.
There's a lot of tacos going on right now. If you're in chat here, bro, now's your chance to get it. Otherwise, it's getting redrawn.
It's getting redrawn. Better hurry.
You got one more scroll on us.
Nah.
Bro, I'm sorry.
Redraw.
All right, buddy. Sorry, last one over here. We're gonna run it. And
Resin again.
It's double
Resin
won twice over here. So Resin, you've already won over there. So that is another redraw. Congrats to everybody hanging out. Moose Slayer. Moose Slayer, please tell me you commented over here.
We definitely not think this.
There he is. All right, Moose Slayer is good. All right, we're good. So here's
I'm screenshot
that.
Green shit.
Yeah, we'll drop this over there.
Next thing you know, it's like 12 o'clock.
We're still going through like the
trying to
whitelist
draw.
process. This is why I never do Twitter giveaways over here. Twitter giveaways are so tough.
Yeah, no. Yeah. My
you're
bad.
good. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen over here. Perfect. Okay. Well, appreciate everybody. Yeah, we did
made
it.
it.
We're out. We're done.
done.
All right. Again, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Again, if you guys are not following Block for whatever reason, make sure to go ahead and click. We have links down at the bottom of the description, but follow them. Block is hot, or a Block Investment Group, and check out Jellycubes if you guys have the ADA, or maybe pay attention to secondary here after they mint on the 14th of January. There may be your last good buying opportunity, like you said, before things really kick off, because this is the final mint for them. But Jason, always a pleasure to have you onto the stream. We definitely have to do this a little more often, because it's always not 6 months. Definitely need to shorten that up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But guys, appreciate everybody. And like TJ said, I'm not he's the plug guy tonight. But again, if you've enjoyed the show, make sure to hit that like button. It goes a long way for the channel. If you guys enjoyed the content, we do this every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern to at least 11 p.m. Eastern. And if you guys are fans of us and fans of a little blue monster, maybe check in with us next Monday onto the stream. We may have a little when blue paper live for you guys here on Monday night next week. So again, appreciate everybody for tuning in. We are Freedom 35ers, and we are here every single week. The best content, I think, on Cardano personally, but if not, definitely keep an eye on
a little bias, maybe a little bias there.
I'm definitely biased on that. Hey, if we're on our own channel, we can plug. But now, Block, appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Shout out to everybody in chat, and I'll catch you guys next week.